Penis size has very little to do with whether a woman reaches orgasm. Most women don't climax from penetrative sex, but from oral or manual. It's also really important that a woman is turned on, and that is more in the brain than the body. So make sure your girlfriend is relaxed and in the mood before you start by touching and kissing her all over. Ask her to show you what turns her on. From your email, you are doing a lot of guessing without communicating. Good communication is key to good sex. If you are close enough to have sex, you really ought to be close enough to talk things through. My support pack, How to Thrill a Woman in Bed, should help you.
Oh.
You don't think this is a good idea?
No, this guy is just a dumbass.
Why? Oh, come on now. He's burying his soul here.
First he said she's very shy in bed. So you're going to bring a strange dude in with you? That ought to do it. I'm small. I'm not satisfying her. She's bored. I get bored. I want to satisfy her. Let's get another guy. Where do I find a guy? She can't answer any of your questions.
You don't seem sensitive to his plight in the least.
You're bad in bed. How about that?
Yeah.
All of these problems you have, but it's always the same. I'm not falling in love. I've been here for 4 months. Sex is bad. She's bored with me. I'm too small. I love her. God almighty.
This person's name Johnson by any chance?
Yeah.
Jimmy Johnson.
Where can I find Johnny Johnson to help me? No, these are the more we read these or hear these, they're so made up.
I'm Ryan Kelly with thehomeloanexpert.com. Have you been thinking about buying a home, but you're sitting on the sidelines because you think the process is just going to be too complicated and maybe you'll get stuck in a bidding war? Not when you're working with me. We can start with a phone call and I can get you pre-approved the day you call in. I'll get you a lower rate, and with our 10-day closing guarantee, you'll be in the home of your dreams by the end of the month. So if you've been sitting on the fence, it's time to move. Get pre-approved for your next home loan today at thehomeloanexpert.com. NMLS number 1326241.
I'm as moist as a freshly baked Betty Crocker cake.
The Ryan Kelly Morning After.
KPNT-FM, HD2.
Collinsville, St. Louis.
The Post Sports Bar and Grill presents Iggy's Drops of the Week.
I see some persip.
Why don't you try to get a forecast right first before you pop off?
Oh, Peter.
I do have a lot of matted tufts.
I listened to a lot of NPR as a child.
I've never buried one of my girls.
I have to take a massive poop.
And I just walked in and said, can I get in on this? Yeah, Cinco de Mayo, April.
Yep.
Well, there wasn't a producer in the city that could touch me.
How were your nipple clamps?
I wear a size 9 and I'm hanging fat dong, dude.
I did make out with my first cousin. Happy birthday
Jack.
to you. And then I had to go, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, you little small ween cuck. Get in the corner, suck your thumb, loser.
His pubis is kindling.
I was the tiniest of twinks back then. Are you into people watching you? I'd love to watch you guys have sex. We all breathe. I'm getting tired of this BS. I was the best at what I did for a very long time.
They couldn't get an erection until 2016. It was the strangest coincidence.
You can do whatever you want with me. I always try to match my hat with something I have on.
It's a cock.
Bidets are like the gateway to enemas.
Good point. Good point.
Don't be jumping into my territory, glue guzzler. My friend John Ashton was in that.
The stallion is out of the barn.
I almost didn't go to the induction to go to Los Lonely Boys. I'm riding the coattails of Tim. I don't want this a-hole to win.
Yeah, when you can see the crust. Now we can do one thing. When you can actually visibly see the crust.
You can keep a fire going for a week based on the tufts of your nether region.
The power got to my head a little bit.
You look so much like a Bruce.
By 16, you've got full shrubbery.
Was that a good idea? I'm not sure.
I pimp around.
The Rams defeat the Buccaneers to take on
49ers.
The 49ers.
I think you're doing a shoot.
That was another SportsCenter update driven by Johnny Londo.
That was Iggy's Drops of the Week, presented by The Post.
Stay posted, my friends.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, The Plowboy, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You are listening to the Ryan Kelly Morning After. We are in our brand new Michelob Ultra Studios. Doug, look at how hot we look in the new studios.
Oh, how's my lighting? I
You
guess
really
it's
look
okay.
like a bad boy.
Do I?
Oh, there's a request for you to go private already, so you're going to have to get up and go.
Oh, do we have a black screen? They said there'd be a black screen.
Just
here.
go into the council where the Plowhawk is on
Okay.
that side of the dais. It is the brand new Michelob Ultra Studios. Go to YouTube right now to see how bad boys are littered about the studios. I'm trying to see where my camera is so I can use my piercing blue eyes and picture I'm on top of you, just like the Plowhawk was during the J. Randolph Jr. Michelob Ultra Fan Page Club Championship POV drawing yesterday. Unbelievable. Plowhawk was charging his phone, and he stood over it like he was on top of me during a hot mish session.
Oh.
It was a little weird, I'll be honest.
Plowsy's barely on the camera. You're barely on the camera. The camera's aimed too high. Or you're sitting too low, one or the other.
Guys, are you broadcasting in a tunnel? That's from Danny Tanner, and he's not happy with the audio.
Is that what it sounds like?
That's what Danny Tanner hears.
Oh.
He might be in a different spot.
Where is my...
What's the problem here? Doug? Nurse?
I don't know what the issue is.
I don't know.
I hear echoes.
Oh,
That's
no.
from the total package.
Oh, no.
Back off the mic whistles. That's from Mudjack Mike.
Oh.
Tim at the bottom of the screen. This is outrageous. I'm already seeing a lack of effort here. Yeah, I'll follow a grievance on that.
It sounds like the reviews are glowing so far.
I see they put the door right behind Iggy so he can stop bothering Tim when he decides to go walk the halls in about 15 minutes.
Yeah, that's exactly why they did it. That's why they put it there.
Larry Thornton, Doug, he was with KSDK.
Yes, he was. And he's just trying to get Iggy crestfallen.
Well, there's no place to put... God almighty.
Uh-oh, what's the problem?
I just blew my ears out. There's no place to put learn.
That's the core
That's
issue.
the problem I
She's
have.
right behind you.
Yeah, but she's sitting on the floor because I can't. I can't stick her. I can't stick her in the wall anywhere. But it's a new studio. We'll get the nooks and crannies and figure things out here.
Nooks and crannies.
That's not a correct use of that.
Where we can hang things, where we can't, where we can put our knickknacks, where I can put my headphone jack. We'll get it all figured out.
I turned my mic.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
See, like, I can't get it to, like, face this way.
Really?
Well, it's like a new home. It has to settle.
Right. We'll get the bugs out of it. Or the nooks and crannies.
Yeah, I don't know if I hear you in my headphones or I hear you bouncing off the walls. I'm not sure which I hear.
Morning, fellas. You sound like ass. That's from Nate in Tallahassee.
Oh, no.
Doug's echoing bad. That's from the 314.
Oh,
the
nuts.
echo is worse than Iggy's nose whistle. That's from the Austin essay. It's cool that you guys are letting us see your dress rehearsal where you even out the kinks. That's from Kevin's brother Jack, and then his last name is Demo.
Well, you wouldn't expect anything else.
They
from
can't
us,
see
would
my camera, though, or my computer screen, which is dope.
you? Yeah, that helps.
So, as far as you're concerned, this is an upgrade because they can't see your computer screen anymore.
Winning.
And you can be firing off tweets.
Oh, I'm looking at Nike right now, Nike Outlet.
Are you really?
Doug's camera's vibrating. You have a vibrator on your
No,
camera?
no,
You have
I
a
don't.
Hitachi Magic Wand or one of
just-
those little rabbits?
I haven't got any of that. It's just right there in front of me.
Looks like you got a spray tan.
I do.
You got bronze?
Huh. Well, good. I could use a little color. I'm kind of pasty.
Iggy sounds great. Everyone else sounds like they're in an empty apartment, sad and alone, which is ironic. That's from Danny Tanner.
I'm serious. I can hear me perfectly in my headphones. I don't hear you guys in my headphones. I just hear you echoing.
I need a screwdriver.
Clip that off.
We're not complaining. I'm just.
We need tools.
Ladies and gentlemen, here comes engineer Marshall. A lot of people thought we were making up these engineers over the years.
Gino
but
exists too.
Here is a real human being. And here comes Jackson. He's got to score.
I couldn't hear anything in there.
You
Oh,
can't
no.
hear us.
There's nothing.
Oh, nuts.
Ooh, he's got the ownership percentages for the
Yeah, sit
Masters.
down
I'm
at the
going to
game.
turn my attention over there.
Sit down at the guest mic.
Doug, I have way too much Russell Henley and P. Reed, but I didn't have the time to switch it out, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Doug has a great team. Actually, looking back at it, I like your club.
Wow, Scheffler wound up at 28.5%. That is super high. Roderick McRib, you call him Rory, 26.6. Iggy Sungjae, 21.39. Tony Finau, where he be now, 19.72%. Jason Day, 18.8. Corey Connors wound up falling down, 18.79. Spieth, 18.2. Brooks Koepka at 18.2. Wow.
I've got 4 of the top 6. So I got nothing but chalk, which is fine.
Right. Do you have Corey Connors?
Yeah.
Ooh. Well, he get him.
Why is he 8 over already?
No, I'm just saying.
Larry Mize and Sandy Lyle are out there messing around with whatever live guy they stuck them with.
Taylor Gooch.
You notice the live guys have been put with Sandy Lyle and Larry Mize.
Can I say something, though?
No.
We're on the minute. We're talking about it. You know, I was always critical of the live players for not being honest. Just say we're going for the money, and I'll appreciate that. I'll respect it.
It's a Harold Varnell take.
Yeah. But now after watching, I feel sorry for him.
Why?
Well, it's like they're being ignored, like they have the plague. They're making them play the par 3 contest with each other. They're grouped with a bunch of crap golfers. You know, I feel it's like they're, get out of here. We don't want you here. And I feel, and they're not doing anything. Dustin Johnson is, you know, smiling and shaking hands with everybody. And I know there's guys like P. Reed nobody cares about, but for the majority of them, they're not doing anything wrong. And I feel like they're just being ostracized. I feel sorry for them. I really do.
There's a live take. Make an Instagram video out of that. Jackson, you just came into the Michelob Ultra Studios.
They're just being ostracized. I feel sorry for them. I really do.
What are you doing here? Live take. Make an Instagram video out of that. Jackson, you just came into the Michelob Ultra Studios.
They're just being ostracized. I feel sorry for them. I really do.
What dog? We're living in a parallel universe. I always thought this was a simulation. There was no way this thing could exist for 20 years, and it turns out now I just found out it's been a video game the whole time.
Well, I'm worried.
It's like the Truman Show when he found out about the glitch. There was no way this.
Yeah, Mike 5 actually is playback.
We just heard the show back in our ears 10 seconds after we
Pretty good show.
That's sweet.
Yeah, wasn't bad. Nice take.
So that pot is for Cuts of the Week. Just pop that up and we'll play the stuff we just talked about.
We could also do it if somebody lies. We could put that up and go, well, this is actually what you said.
All right, well, I guess we can.
So Jackson can't talk.
All right. I can't hear the show. I'm in here.
Why can't you hear it?
I'm just talking into the earth here. I don't know.
Is my gain on?
Well,
Is my gain on?
The show. I'm in here.
Why can't you hear it?
Well, if you turn his mic on, we get the replay.
Oh.
Yeah, let's go back to the old studio.
Can you just turn on a transistor radio back there and listen to it that way?
Does your transistor radio get HD2, bro?
You have it on the app in the studio.
Well,
my headphones are for adults, and I need like
we're not
size.
adults.
What is going on with the audio in there? It's from the 314.
We don't know.
Guys, this is how I always pictured it would go if you guys had decided to stay at 590 The Man. That's from Larry Thornton. This is honestly incredible to listen to. That's from Mudjack Mike. Is this part of the worst of TMA skeleton? Jackson, get that resume ready. Assistant manager job at Ronnie's. Here you come. That's from the Hunchback of Hunchback.
Come on, Jackson. I don't know.
Jackson's done nothing.
He's going to be ripping movie tickets here in a minute.
And we've done nothing.
This is brutal. Way to pre-plan, fellas. That's from Mr. 63011.
It was our idea all along.
How are we supposed to we're going to do an extra show this afternoon to try things out.
I can't. This mic, not being able to turn it's going to be annoying.
I like the coat hanger behind Iggy. There's Learn and there's a coat. And it's an effing trench coat, too, which is just perfect.
Yeah,
it's April.
I might as well use it. It's up there.
We need that to go private.
Yeah, we got the Dotem trophy. We got the Dotem
right
trophy
here.
over there.
Look at this corner, man.
Oh, God almighty.
Well, we'll figure it out. Well, we won't figure it out.
This
Somebody
is one
will.
of my fun. This is the most fun I've had on a show.
Okay.
Are we being heard on air?
I don't know. Hit Mike 5. We'll find out.
On a show.
Who is it?
Hey, there it is again. It's a simulation.
I like it.
Yeah, I don't get it.
Well, Kevin Na doesn't either, Doug. He is 2 over par through one hole, and I've got him on a bunch of rosters. God bless him, Kirk! Oh!
What, a double bogey on the first hole?
He did.
Well, that happens.
Mike Weir is even, and he is your leader at the Masters. You didn't expect him to be in the mix.
I kind of did, yeah. At least at this early stage.
Thought he would do it. You're welcome to get involved. Already many of you have chosen to do so anyway. 314-881-TMA5. That's the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. And, of course, you are welcome to call in. We'd love to hear from you. I wonder how the phone calls. Who wants to be the first caller in the new studio's history? 636-9004 TMA. I imagine the Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today may be one for the ages. The morning after at InsideSTL.com. You can already start typing now and compete. We're giving away KISS tickets for the show on October 25th. Those go on sale tomorrow at 10 a.m. Right now, Buck Swope, the JV golf coach, and Gunter all have wins. As I said, we're in the Michelob Ultra Studios. 95 calories, 2.6 grams of carbohydrates. And the sponsor of the J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship. And Doug, I know you had the family gathered around yesterday as Hawk Jackson and myself had the drawing and the bracket pairing party at Log Cabin. Which bracket do you feel like is the toughest? Mine?
Yeah, you know what? I missed the whole thing. I was cleaning some grease off the garage floor, and I was unable to tune in.
Do you want me to go through?
I'm sure your bracket is the best, Tim.
Oh, it is the hardest.
It is the hardest.
Okay.
Chris Heck's in there.
Oh, is he?
I play Andy Hanselman in the first round.
Oh,
you guys ought to cover.
We won't be covering it. No.
And then if I were to somehow get past Andy Hanselman, giving him, I think it'll be 8 pops, I'd have to face Cletus, or is it? Do you say Halley's Comet or Haley? Do you say
I've always
Halley?
said Haley's.
So did I, but I was told it was Halley.
Yeah.
Well, either way, this is the guy who found the comet, and he's playing Cletus. So that'll be fun.
Is that every 75 years or every 35 years?
1980, tick-tock, 86? So it'll be back here in 40 years? Am I right on that? Is my nurse in?
Yeah. I don't know if there's a nurse here.
I was told there'd be no math.
Real nice. That is cutting edge. I think we actually might be ready for HD1 with that kind of material. Zero chance a caller's voice makes it on the air. That's Johnny Johnson.
That would be funny.
So
I got confidence.
You think if somebody called in, they'd get on the air? Oh, we're having our first Snick Snack in the new Michelob Ultra Studio.
Oatmeal cookies?
Oh, Bill.
Yeah, oatmeal cream pie. I had that one the other day, and then I just bought a box. I was like, okay, I need to get it more.
The listeners already don't like us, and the hatred's really going to bubble over this morning.
I feel like my neck, I'm going to get so sore leaning like this to talk to my
sideways,
mic.
you got to lean?
Guys, to be fair, the studio was constructed very quickly. There isn't much time to work out the kinks in the 18 months of construction. That's from I shaved my balls for this.
Stop taking shots at us.
We have the best engineers in the country, so don't poo-poo our engineers.
No, they're giving us the business, though.
They are, Doug. They're not happy with the audio.
We just have to figure out the
acoustics.
Yeah. We'll figure it out. You know, normally you would put like the sponges and things like that in here, but we can't because we have the wrap. So we have to maybe on the ceiling. We can put some stuff up there. We'll figure it out.
But the Riz Show is also sponsored by B, and they have a wrap right behind Riz, not in the entire studio, though.
If you go in there, though, they have so much stuff in there.
Doug, a lot of stuff.
I think that's why. Well, they got TVs, they got knick-knack, different memorabilia, they got clothes.
Clothes?
Yeah, shirts. They got all kinds of things hanging around there. So I think maybe it's kind of cozy when you go in there.
Is it?
Here it's kind of hollow.
Guys, I bet KG in O-Town could come in and quickly fix the audio. Thanks. That's from the Smasher.
Yeah, we'll get it worked out when he comes back.
Come on and give it a try.
Morning, guys. Just tuned in. Are you guys enjoying a remote from the 590 Hummer this morning? The acoustics are phenomenal. Thanks. That's from Gunter, and he says this would never happen on HD1.
Oh.
Gunter. Not happy.
Have you listened to us on HD1 for many years?
Can we talk about that trench coat in the corner already? That's from the 311.
It's not a trench coat.
It's definitely a trench coat.
No, a trench coat is not made out of wool.
Well, it could be. I think if the coat goes all the way down like your ankles or something, I think that's...
Trench coat, I think of like a London fog at the PTs in Centerville. That's a trench coat.
PTs in Centerville?
Yeah, they all wore trench coats when they would sit down by the stage.
What? Who did? The customers or the girls?
On Saturdays, they used to...
Well, don't act like, of course I don't know. Saturdays.
But somebody else is going to text and, oh, he's talking about this again. And you don't remember it. No, they would have dancing. And couples would get, it was like swingers night. And couples would get up there and do sex acts on the stage.
Oh.
And they would let these old men get their chairs in front of the stage. They would sit there with their flashlights and point up and look, and they have their trench coats on.
Well, that's not creepy.
Well, it's very creepy, but they let them do it. I wasn't part of the trench coat crowd. I was on the stage one night.
But now you have a black wool trench coat.
Yeah, it's a Cole special.
And it's for going private.
No, it's probably the last time I'll have to wear it this year. A little chilly this morning, but after that, 70s and 80s. So.
Yeah, how about the temperatures next week? How do you do?
70s and 80s.
Make sure you get that air conditioning checked now. This is the time to do it because at Design Air Heating and Cooling, when it starts getting into the 80s, people find out their air conditionings are not working, and then Design Air gets flooded. Take advantage of it now by going to designairservice.com and working with Seth Goldcamp and his incredible staff. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling. Doug is a client. I am a client. Say, friends, why don't you become a client as well with Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of the Ryan Kelly Morning After and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. All you have to do is go to designairservice.com. They'll come out, they'll check it, they'll make sure it's ready to go for the warm temperatures. Design Air Heating and Cooling, the official HVAC provider of TMA. Munganast, the sponsor of our 7 o'clock hour and the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. It's Jamie Burkhardt, Clayton Patterson, and Peter Munganast, all available on this secret phone number. And that secret number is 314-252-0029. That's right. That's exactly right. That's exactly right. You can call it, you can text it, and any questions, comments, requests you have for the muckety-mucks at Munganast St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota, they will take care of it quick, fast, in a hurry. They pride themselves on getting back to our listeners very quickly. It's Munganast St. Louis Acura and Alton Toyota online. It's stlouisacura.com and altontoyota.com. Munganast, 7 o'clock hour sponsor and the sponsor of the Daily Fantasy Sports Showdown. Well, Doug, Vijay Singh is now 1 over par through 1, and that puts him in second place, trailing Mike Weir, who is at even and is only 71 holes away from winning the green jacket.
Sounds like he's almost got it.
Well, he's playing a par 5 now, isn't
he? He is very gettable. This is the one that Ray Floyd told Tiger when he played it for the first time 25 years ago. Hit it into the crowd, and then you get a free drop. Just you make sure you yell 4. So I assume that's what Mike Weir will be doing, and he will drop to at least 1 under, maybe 2 under. And I would say Albatross is about 40%. So that
would be one of the worst places on the course to watch the event,
because you're going to get struck.
Knowing they're aiming for you.
Well, I'd venture guess there aren't many people following Mike Weir, so there's not much of a crowd out there to hit into.
Well, I would think there's probably crowds everywhere in there. That tournament?
Yeah,
there's no one else to follow if the tournament hadn't started.
Well, it's kind of early. It's kind of early, so they pick their spot, but I'm not sure 2 is going to be a big spot.
Good morning. I'm an HD2 brand consultant. For most user-pleasant YouTube view, move Tim to the upper right, Plowsy to the lower left, and Iggy to the lower right. Doug, could you do that real quickly? Move me to the upper right, Plowsy to the lower left, and Iggy to the lower right. This is an HD2 brand consultant. That's the birthday hog.
What would that do for us?
I have no idea.
Well, they want me there because I can see the bottom right, and you can barely see Plowsy. So move me there. You can barely see me. I get it.
Morning, guys. Man, did Ken ever bungle his performance on Balloon Party? Promoted a non-existent podcast and then proceeded to bring up Lauren, all of which occurred within the first minute. Stop embarrassing yourself, Strode. That's from Harrison's brother, Master.
I'm sorry you had to hear that.
I don't know how I bungled it. I did exactly what I said I was going to do. I went in there, I just said 3 things, and I left.
Yep, you delivered, Doug.
What'd you say?
Quick hit.
I think I talked about the Cardinals. Then I said I never watched the game.
Nice.
I don't remember talking about Learn.
That endears yourself to a sports audience?
I don't think so.
But we did talk about you going on the other shows.
Yeah, I said I've been in with Learn, I've been with Rizzuto.
Then you did talk about Learn.
So, yeah, I just did what I said I was going to do. I don't know how I bungled it, but thanks for listening.
Harrison's brother, Master, thank you for listening. This sounds like you're broadcasting from Linda the Beehole that just wrapped up and then it's a session in which one lady is with usually 6 to 7 other gentlemen. Worse than Woods Wacko, who has made it clear he wants to win member guest, Doug. So I've got to ratchet my game up real candidly with him.
And what's his course again? Seminole, you said?
It's Seminole, that's correct.
Okay.
Can we get the Plowsy golden shower cam like we had yesterday afternoon during the Fan Page Club Championship drawing? That's from the cousin of Moo Man.
You were in the shower yesterday?
No. I was just hovering over my phone on the TV stand in the living room. It was again, charging pad is on 10%. and had to do that live stream, which was about 50 minutes.
Was it really?
It was very solid. Good breakdown of most of the players in the field, and had a blast. My dogs were quiet, so
things went well for you.
Very peaceful.
Doug, Iggy has to go up against 2019 champion Guy Watson in the first round. He is a scratch player. But if Iggy can pass Guy, there are a lot of people who've already filled out their office pool brackets that think that Iggy could go on a run. It's just that tough first-round matchup.
Yeah, I said yesterday, if I can somehow get by Guy, now I'm getting 18 pops. I'm getting a shot a hole. I think I can win that bracket. But if I got to get by Guy, if he pars every hole and shoots even, I'm not going to win.
No.
I got to make bogey on every hole just to tie him. And that's not going to happen. So, I'll throw some pars in there, but then when I get pars, I'll probably throw a birdie in there. So
he shoots a 72, you'd have to shoot 90?
It depends.
Pretty much.
I may get a 10 in a hole.
I know it's match play. But...
Yeah. I don't know.
You don't know match play, all due respect.
Get the booklet out.
Yeah.
It's kind of...
The little green book?
Yeah.
It's kind of weird because I don't think I can win. But when I played PGA Pro Dan a few years ago, and I think I played him in the third round.
Was that the third round when he played?
I don't know what round it was.
I was getting 18 strokes, and I actually said to Cletus, who was caddying for him, I said, he can't beat me. There's no way he can beat me giving me 18 shots. But I don't feel that confident against Guy for some reason.
Oh, why is that?
I think it's because PGA Pro Dan doesn't play. He doesn't. He works. So he's got the same handicap he's had.
Even if you win, you can't walk around with a lot of swagger when you've been given 18 strokes.
Well, Doug, you don't understand how important it is to win a net event.
Who said I was going to walk around with swagger?
Well, I don't know. I
don't care if I win or lose. I'm just out there having fun.
If I'm Will Basler on my side...
Will Basler's a dangerous 1.3.
The problem is you're going up against Milty.
And he's going to have to give poppy seeds all over the place to Milty.
He's given 17 pops to Milty, and Milty knows Gateway very well.
Does he?
So that's going to be a matchup to where...
Yeah, that's a fun feature matchup. That's a fun feature matchup in the first round. Well, Matthew McLean is your leader at Augusta National, Doug, just kind of like you expected. Matthew McLean.
Amateur?
Yes, he is 1 under through 1. He was not intimidated by that first tee shot. Meanwhile, Kevin Na, friend of the show, has birdied number 2, and he is now back to 1 over. Doug will have updates hole by hole for every player in the field throughout the course of today's program. Right. He keeps saying 18, but don't you get 75% of the cap, so it's more like 14, 15. That's from Beer Cats. That's correct.
Yeah, what's 75% of 0?
Doug?
How does that work for a scratch golfer? 75% of 0.
Well, it's adjusted because, I'm currently a 5, but my course handicap on Gateway from the white tees is 4. And I think Andy's a 14, so that's 14 minus 4, Doug. That is 10. And then 75% of 10 is 7.5, rounding up. Andy gets 8 pops. So in your case, I don't know what your course is on Gateway, and I don't know what Guy's course is on Gateway. I can enter it in and give you that information. And then it'd be 75% of whatever that number is. So at a minimum, if it's 0-18, you're going to be getting 14-ish pops minimum.
That's not enough.
It's not enough?
No.
Doug, it's not enough.
Well, improve your game.
No, or get worse and get higher handicap.
No, that's not the competitive spirit. Improve your game.
I don't play enough to improve.
You play a lot.
No, I don't.
You play weekly or a couple times a week, something like that?
At least once a week, but that's not a lot.
That's a lot for an 18 handicap.
Not really.
I think it is.
Well, then I don't work on anything. I don't go to the range and say,
work on something.
I got to work on my takeaway. I think I'm getting out too far. I don't care. I just hit the ball.
Nice.
Okay. I'd try to ratchet up your game.
No, I'm going to lose and I'll be done. 1 and out.
Well, then you'll be crestfallen.
No, I won't.
Will you still go and watch some of the matches?
Probably not.
No.
Nice.
Unless Tim's in it, and maybe go watch Jackson or Plowsy if they're still in it.
The gong didn't make its way into
the where's the gong?
Still in the old place.
No room.
And now he's pouting. That's from the 636.
Pouting for what? I just said I don't care if I win or lose. I don't care.
The Guy draw is,
anytime you play, you care if you win or lose.
Well, I'd like to win, but if I don't, it's not going to bother me.
No, but you care. You still want to win, right?
Well, I'd like to win, but if I don't, I don't care.
If he beats you, you will be crestfallen.
No, I won't.
You're free rolling. if you win. Ladies and gentlemen, Jackson Burkett has just brought the gong in.
Okay, good.
Jackson, can you hear the show?
No.
Can't hear the show.
How'd you know to bring the gong in?
Hear
Thank you,
the show.
Jackson.
How'd you know to bring the gong in then?
YouTube.
Hey, watch it on YouTube.
Yeah. I'm like a little listener back there.
How's it sound on YouTube?
I can still hear
So
it
we
ringing.
can't communicate with you then?
Not the. Well, I mean, you could turn my mic on. I would just have no idea when you guys are talking.
Would that be communicated?
Retired Air Marshal says he's on hold. Is that
Yeah,
correct?
that's accurate.
Oh, good. Let's see how the phone calls go, Doug.
Okay.
Retired Air Marshal is on the line.
This is going to be a battle.
Okay, see if you can hit the right lever.
Like two
Klaus.
people to get a call on the radio.
All right, hit the lever. Hello, retired Air Marshal. Hello, retired Air Marshal. He's not there. There he is.
There he is.
Nice. Look at that.
Yes, Air Marshal.
Yes, no, this is King Shango.
Biff,
Oh, is this Biff?
I probably put the wrong one on.
obviously.
Biff?
Yeah.
Oh, it's you.
Yeah, this is Biff.
My bad,
Oh,
boys.
okay. Hello, Biff.
Well, if you want to talk to the air marshal, I'll get off.
Oh, hell no.
Right.
You good? You're already on, right?
Oh, sure.
Like,
Yeah. So what's happening?
What's the topics today for you all?
We're talking about the new studios. What do you think?
Studio.
It sounds like you guys are like underwater. Or something.
Oh, no. Nuts. So you can't hear us very well?
No, I can hear you. It just sounds like you're in like a tin box or something.
Oh.
Doug, so far the approval rating of the new studio is hovering around 0 from the audience.
Yeah.
No, Tim. The content is A+.
Nice, sure.
It's just like, you know, you're gonna have to tweak out this the sound, you know. That's all.
Okay.
Just saying.
Doug, just tweak it.
We got to work on the acoustics.
Yeah, it sounds like you're like in a cave or something.
Does it really?
Yeah.
All right.
Maybe that's what we're going for.
I mean, maybe you are. I don't know. Yeah.
It's Spelunker Radio.
Well, back to what are the topics today?
That's just the new studio is pretty much it. The new studio, early Masters, Iggy crestfallen if he loses his first round match.
Yeah, he's playing Guy.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah.
That's it.
Those are our topics.
Wow, that's all you got? That's kind of weak today.
Well, what do you got? It's only 7:30.
it happened organically.
Okay. Organically. Is that organic? That's like food stuff.
Well, it
organic.
could be, yeah. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Hey, had you guys had that pizza brought back, the New Yorker pizza? You had that yet?
Doug, have you had a chance to go to Pizza Hut?
No, I don't do a lot of Pizza Hut.
I don't believe I've ever eaten a Pizza Hut pizza.
All right. It was kind of a 1980s thing.
I worked there.
I don't think I've ever had a Papa
I
John's
worked there
pizza.
too. I delivered pizzas for the Creve Coeur Pizza Hut right here. Yeah, 1995, 1996.
Your own car or you got a company car?
It was my 1985 Pontiac Grand Am. Not to brag. Not to brag. I hope that doesn't come off.
That's a chick magnet.
Yeah. Oh, I was killing it. God. Oh, you're from South St. Louis and you deliver pizzas? Oh, let me introduce my classmates from Villa and St. Joe. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it went well. Yeah, Biff, what else can we do for you?
Well, I got a list, Tim. Can I do this list? I got a list of
You can do whatever you want as long as I have the Masters app running.
Okay, man, you really sound like you're underwater.
Okay, sorry, I'm drowning here. What's your list?
How about the top 10 water parks?
Ooh, Wet Willie's.
Hey, boy, I used to go there just to watch girls. You remember that, Iggy, back in the day?
I would watch girls no matter where I was.
Nice.
You would what?
What?
I didn't have to go to a water park to watch girls. I just watched wherever I was.
Well, I know I went to Wet Willie's back in the day there in Valley Park to watch all the girls in their swimsuits because the way that slide was, a lot of their tops came off pretty often.
Brother.
Like these women, of course, were all over the age of 18.
Well, I'm sure they were.
That's when I realized it wasn't a joke, and he just wanted to sit and talk to my beehole.
Oh, you can hear that, Biff?
Yeah.
Nice. That's an addition we did not have.
Man, your guys' sound's getting worse by the minute. You really need to check into this.
Doug, they are not happy in the YouTube chat about this situation at all. Although Danny Padres says he can't wait to see Iggy at the game tonight. Is he going to be in our suite?
I hope he no.
I hope he no.
I was going to say I hope not, but I'm saying no.
Weird way to say no there.
I'm going to have an usher up there, and I'm going to tell him who can and can't come in. Jeremy Rutherford, you're allowed. That guy, no.
Oh.
So you ready? I got the top 13 TV shows of all time.
Oh, could we, maybe top 5?
Okay, here we go. It's going to be rat-a-tat-tat, Doug.
Okay, all right.
I doubt that.
Number 13 is Friends. Okay. 12, Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood. 11, The Sopranos. Number 10 is Sesame Street.
Jesus.
Number 9, The Bachelor. That's for Doug.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. Number 8, Seinfeld. Number 7, The Simpsons. Number 6, The Love Boat.
Mm-hmm.
Number 5, MASH. Number 4, All in the Family. Number 3, I Love Lucy. Number 2, Jeopardy. And coming in at number 1 is Saturday Night Live.
Wow.
I thought you'd like that, Tim. Or the number 1, anyway.
Honestly, I wasn't really locked in.
It's a nice little list there, Biff. It's all over the map.
Hold on, real quick. We got 5 honorable mentions here. Number 1 is Cheers. 2, Game of Thrones for Plowsy. Number 3, The Twilight Zone. 4, Captain Kangaroo. Number 5, Fantasy Island.
Okay.
That's your
list of 18. The list is up to 18 now.
Yeah. Well, if you guys think I missed, throw in if you think I missed a few good shows that you liked over the year, Doug.
All right.
No, any list that has Sesame Street above The Sopranos is a great list.
Monday Night Football has been a pretty successful show.
Yeah. Well, this was supposed to be kind of like sitcoms, more or less.
All right.
Or like shows, not sports, Doug.
Okay, I know.
Your mind is too set on sports after all those Channel 4 years.
I think Monday Night Football is the longest-running TV show in America, right? By a considerable margin.
Sopranos is a sitcom?
No, I said show, like a production made for a show, not a sports event. That's all I said.
Okay.
I thought you said sitcom.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, what else is new this week?
Heck of a little list.
All right, Biff, we got to go. Thank you.
All right. See you, Biff. All right. Retired Air Marshal on there still?
I think after that call, do you want to go to another one?
Retired Air Marshal, sure, we'll go to him. Good morning, Retired Air Marshal.
Marshal? Retired Air Marshal.
Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we hear you.
Test. Doug, I'm glad you can hear me. I was actually calling just to check on your well-being. You look so damn yellow on the YouTube. It's like you got jaundice.
Oh,
Doug, do you look jaundiced on the YouTube? Let me take a look here. Where's the YouTube? There it is.
As far as I know, no hepatitis.
Oh, yeah, you do kind of look like
it's probably the lighting.
Huh.
I don't know.
Is there no window in there?
No window.
No window.
Natural lighting. Oh, man, that's rough. That's rough. I thought the
Iggy is
opposite
opening the
change
door
was a
right
golden
now.
goose, but
Iggy
this
opened the
change
door.
is not
Let's see if you watch on YouTube, you can see Iggy just opened a door to the hallway, and in the background you would see the break room.
There's a window in there.
Yeah, so maybe that's how we can get natural light. It's not a bad idea, Iggy. Really nice.
Leave it open.
Leave it open.
Oh, you can't leave it open.
You gotta leave the door open?
You can't do that.
Jackson, that way you can hear the show.
There's nobody here yet.
I'm here. Can you hear me? Can anyone hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes.
Hi, fellas.
You got that figured out now?
Yeah, we're back, baby. Please don't keep the door open.
Am I still on?
Yes, you are. We're just not paying much attention to you.
Well, no, there's just a lot of troubleshooting going on. Yeah, I just got a couple of suggestions and complaints because I know Plowsy really wants to hear them right now, and everybody else right now.
He's having a Rice Krispies treat right now.
Well,
oh, nice. Is it a brand or an off-brand?
No, it's a brand.
Good.
Nice. I like those crispy little blue packages, the rectangled ones. Ooh. Maybe some M&Ms in there.
Oh, I wish.
But yeah, can we get the YouTube figured out? Because Tim not being in the top right really throws off my whole angle when I'm trying to pleasure myself.
Okay, that's enough.
No.
Look in the bottom left now.
Jackson, that cannot be altered?
We're not. I mean, I guess theoretically we could. Plowsy, can you pot him down a little bit? He's coming in hot.
Pot him down.
Yeah. Guys, for what it's worth, the show sounds better with the door open. That's from Arbor Day.
Jackson?
Yeah, what up?
Jackson's so
Jackson can't hear me.
Jackson's actually looking forward to Balloon Party today. First time ever.
What's up, Retired Air Marshal?
Hello?
He can't hear you, Jackson.
All right, I'm coming in there.
Hello?
Yes, he's coming. Just relax for just a moment.
You can't use mic 5.
Kevin Nod is bogeyed 3.
Is it me?
No, we hear you, but Jackson, you couldn't hear Jackson. He's coming in the studio now.
I'll sit tight. I'm just helping you guys troubleshoot. This is going good.
Here's Jackson now.
I didn't know you guys were moving to HD3.
We might be demoted after this show. Yeah. It's going to be our worst ever.
I know it took 18 months to get into this new studio, but it would probably only take like a day to go back to the old one if you guys just want to do that.
Stop giving us the business.
I'm just really worried about your health, Doug. You look really yellow.
Well, I'm fine. I don't have hepatitis.
You are okay.
No, I'm okay. Must be a yellow light on me somewhere.
Yeah, you look kind of pink to me.
I look pink?
Nice pinkish hue. Nice glow.
Huh.
On the YouTube, he looks orangish or yellowish.
Yeah.
So is moving the YouTube around is too hard of a suggestion? Maybe Iggy
it's not too hard.
Could just switch chairs.
Jackson is talking to you. Can you hear him?
Oh, Jackson?
Hello, retired Air Marshal.
I hear you, Jackson. How you doing? Can you hear the show?
Yeah, I can now. Yeah, I can hear the show.
This is how radio went the first day the medium was invented.
I'm already helping advance the show. We're fixing things.
What did you fix?
Mazel tov. So, yeah, I mean, theoretically, we could switch it around. Does it, like, truly affect your enjoyment?
No, it doesn't. It doesn't matter where we are.
No, it's just change, you know, and it's not a golden
Seasons
goose. People
change.
don't like change.
You might not like change, but change is good. And then we all know what happens on the other side of change.
The golden goose.
Thank you, Doug.
It's the golden goose, but that's the opposite of change. So that's not change.
Is that what he
change
said?
is the golden goose.
It's a real mangled line.
Yeah.
I do believe in charity.
I will say, I can hear the drops, Plowsy, and you are firing them off this morning, and you're doing good. I like
Nice
it.
going,
Nice
work, Plowhawk.
Really sound like we're underwater. We do need some sort of filler.
I will add input. When I was on hold for 20 minutes and then got dropped for some reason for Biff, which is fine, because that list was really good and needed. It sounded like you were all eating the microphone while I was on hold. I could not hear a single thing. It was like Iggy was fellatiating a man.
Oh,
nice.
Oh,
we'll get better. It's our first day.
Yeah.
No, I know. I just, it's nice. I'm looking forward to it. I think the show was getting a little stale before, and now this is a new chapter where a lot of things are going to be able to be happening.
A lot of things are going wrong, and that's what you want to hear.
That is true.
No, just because this is the show. It's right on brand. The walls look great, at least in that studio.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, they do.
The Michelob Ultra sign looks really good and bright.
We don't have it up here anymore.
I thought I saw it. Maybe I was watching an old video because I could actually hear that on the live stream or something.
Well, there's a sign on the wall, but we don't have the neon sign that we had in the other studio. Maybe we'll bring that in.
Okay, so that's a downgrade too. Michelob Ultra's taking a hit too. They got downgraded to a regular sign.
Well, no, their name is on the wall. Over there by Iggy.
You can see Learn, can't you?
Yeah, I can see Learn, and she's kind of like on the ground below you. And it's
Yeah, she is.
awkward.
We can't hang her up. It's kind of flimsy, the wrap. You can't put a...
Oh, you can't hang things on the wall?
Yeah, you can't put a stick pin in there or something.
Could you just tape it to the wall?
No, she's just sitting on the floor.
We can tape it to the door where your trench coat is.
Yeah, put it on the back of the door. And don't hang your trench coat up there. If that's going to add 37 seconds to you putting your coat on to go smoke every time.
I like the coat back there. I think it adds a great...
It's a sharp look.
Maybe I'll bring in my Missy Misdemeanor Elliott coat and just hang that, let that sit in here all summer.
What sort of coat?
Can you hang that racially insensitive bikini shirt on the back of the door, maybe?
You definitely could.
That one got him crestfallen.
Is that the first crest of the new studio?
Well, it's the second, really. You got it earlier, too.
I love when Plowsy does it. Oh, he's cresting.
All right, retired Air Marshal, thank you.
Yeah, great call.
Retired Air Marshal.
All right, Air Marshal.
He's calling in.
Two great calls.
He's got time on his hands now that he's retired. He doesn't know what to do with himself.
Hey, retired Air Marshal, get in a time machine and crash the plane. That is from the Crystal City Clam Hammer. Retired Air Marshal, do a DB Cooper and jump out of a plane. That is from the 314 I feel legitimately bad for Jackson. He's the only one who cares if this class project goes out over the air, and he's in a foxhole with a perpetually stoned board-op and a doddering man-baby who hasn't felt the sensation of initiative roll through his body since middle school. Hang in there, buddy. That's from Arbor Day.
Not true.
What would you like us to do?
Oh, here we
I
go.
got here at 5, bro. Made sure everything was all good. I did my part. And I am high, but, like, I did my duties.
How high are you?
High enough to...
How much did you smoke?
Oh, a lot.
What if this thing opens?
What do we got now? We got another... Doug, this is the room.
Oh, that's the private door? There's a
Can you see this?
closet in the back here? Maybe during a break would have been the time to do this, Iggy.
No, I like it now.
Okay. There's nothing in there, apparently.
I thought maybe it was a closet.
Guys, why is Grandpappy Wheezy be pouting and arguing with everyone like a spoiled hormonal teenager? I don't swag. Wah. That's not enough pops. Wah. I don't even play a lot. Wah. When I do play, I don't work on stuff. Wah. Maybe we want crappy acoustics. Wah. Learners on the floor. Wah. Thanks. That comes from Welcome to the Fan Page Club Championship with Guy, a non-member of the fan page living in Cletus's adult hostel for married dads.
I don't think I said wah after anything. How about that? The first match, two guys not even on the fan page are playing against each other.
Guy's on the fan page, actually.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Well,
And so are you.
But I don't want to blow up the door.
You've been a long-time member.
Well, I'm not there anymore.
What BF is happening? Also, Ken looks significantly less orange when he moved to Doug's camera, but Doug looks yeller. That's from Brian Hench and Doug, and he won the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month in March. You can be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month for the month of April. Go to TMASTL.com and apply to be the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. We have a TMA app contest to win tickets to KISS, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Legends KISS, to the End of the Road Tour, October 25th at Enterprise Center, on sale Friday, April 7th at 10 a.m. And a TMA app contest for Brush Creek Valley Farms. Win a $50 gift card to Brush Creek Valley Farms. Iggy, tell the people about Brush Creek Valley Farms and their subscription meat box program.
I would love to. Doug, I made you fish last night and shrimp.
Oh, yeah.
But I had
Bill.
But I had a sirloin that I was from Brush Creek that I was cooking. So I had some shrimp on my sirloin. But I forgot your shrimp in your...
Put the shrimp right on the sirloin proper?
Yep. Then I have a little bit of shrimp and a nice big piece of sirloin.
Huh. Surf and turf.
Yeah, it sounds like it was surf and turf night.
It was kind of. You know, spring is here, though. Next week on the 70s, 80s. It means grilling season, Doug.
Yeah, sure does.
It also
to go to get good meat.
Yes, according to the library, it also is Doug Short Shorts is coming back.
That goes without saying.
Yeah, but Brush Creek Valley Farms, the TMA box, we changed it up a little bit.
Okay.
Because a lot of people just want all steaks.
No, they don't.
They want some other things. So this time we put in 5 pounds of ground beef, 2 ham steaks. Their ham steaks are unbelievable. And then 2 sirloins. You'll get some steak. And the sirloins are big enough for like 3 people.
Is a ham
I mean, I cooked it last night. I took like a third of it. I couldn't eat anymore. It's
Is
big.
a ham steak a ham hock?
No, it's like a ham steak. Did you ever go to the store or you go to one of those country things you get? I'm going to have the ham steak and eggs, except this is good.
What's the difference in a ham steak and just a piece of ham?
Well, a ham steak's got a bone in it.
There you go.
So you
nice answer. Nice answer.
You got the marrow in it. And you got the nice.
You don't eat the marrow, though, do you?
I love the marrow.
Oh,
But besides the ground beef, 2 ham steaks, 2 sirloins, 8 bratwurst, and 2 pork chops. That is a grilling masterpiece there.
It sure is.
And of course, each piece of meat doesn't contain any added hormones or antibiotics. Go to brushcreekvalley.com and search TMA at the top of the homepage. You'll be directed right to the TMA meat box. Apply the code TMA10, Doug.
Case sensitive.
TMA10. Capital, lowercase, it doesn't matter. TMA10.
All right.
You get 10% off. But a lot of people say, you know what, I do have a party this week. I got a lot of fillets I want to cook. They want a lot of strips, porterhouse. What you do is you get your own box. You make up your own box. Subscription option.
Mm-hmm.
Then all you got to do there is when you go to the description box, TMA 10 there too. 10% off.
Nice.
So either one you want to do. Your own subscription box, TMA box, 10% off. That's brushcreekvalley.com. Use the code TMA10 at checkout for all box and subscription orders. Brush Creek Valley Farms, high-quality meats for a lowbrow audience. And Doug and boy shorts is not included.
Oh, wow. That is not included. Maggie O'Brien's the perfect place to go before any Downtown St. Louis sports game. Take your pick and head on over to Maggie O'Brien's and the great Eddie McVeigh and see what they have done. The renovation's absolutely incredible on Market Street. You know what you're going to get before the game. It's a local Irish pub that's been in business for 4 decades. Union Station is right next to them at Maggie O'Brien's. It's Maggie O'Brien's Irish Pub in Sunset Hills and in downtown St. Louis. Going to a Dogs game, hang out pre or post game. Going to a Cardinal game, pre or post game. Going to a Blues game, pre or post game.
I may go there tonight.
Battlehawks, pre or post game. It's Maggie O'Brien's, Eddie McVeigh. Maggie O'Brien's, a wonderful sponsor of TMA. You are welcome to get involved in the program, 314-881-TMA5. That's how you can text in. You can call in, 636-9004-TMA. And, of course, you can email in for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. Let's see what we got. It sounds like you guys are broadcasting from the escape room. That's from the new bowl eligible. Plowhawk, you almost went there with Dexter Fowler.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've actually been to an escape room since, but I really, looking back, should have hopped on that bus and said, screw it. What's the worst they could have done?
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, what?
You look like one of the players. You could have passed for one of the players.
I agree with that.
You look like a professional
Once I'm
athlete.
there, I might as well be a part of the team.
Yes. You could probably throw an inning of relief.
And that team.
Or you could start and give up 4 runs in the first inning.
Yeah, this is a bad pitching staff.
Oh, well. It hadn't gone well so far.
It's terrible.
Yeah. We're in last place. We're in last place. 3 games. The Brewers are running away with the division. Come on, DeWallet. Get us into stopper.
We're too busy.
We need some arms.
We're calling out players for hustle. How about they hustle to the phone in the offseason? Jesus.
We're 2-4.
Oh, yeah, you got a tea time at Seminole? How about you call an agent?
Oh.
I'm getting sick and tired of them being lazy and not really caring about their job, and now other players who make 8 times less than what they make in a minute are now going to have to hustle around the bases, have a career-ending injury in April when they're down 4-1. If this was Game 7 of the World Series and that's the winning run, yes. It's April, bro. Ollie Marmol just a yes, man. That's why Shield ain't here.
Oh, man, you covered a lot of bases there.
Yeah. The hustle.
Well, you do have to hustle around to try to score, no matter what time of year it is.
Jackson's working on a camera right now. Who's
but I think
working on, bro?
His is
Plowhawks.
Cameras.
I think Tyler O'Neill knows that if he scores there, I mean, the low-hanging fruit pitching staff is just going to give up that run back, so it doesn't even matter.
I don't think that played into it.
No, they're bad, and they know they're bad, and it's fun.
Well, they can bounce right out of it this weekend.
With what kind of
big
pitching?
series in Milwaukee, get right back up there.
Oh, yeah, get Woodford back on the bump.
Oh.
Get him up there. Then you got Matz. Man, I can't wait till that rotation.
Okay, that's enough.
This morning, Ken Rosenthal writing, the Cardinals did not want to sell low on outfielder Tyler O'Neill over the winter. Not after he appeared in only 96 games last season and batted .228 with a .700 OPS. But if Ollie Marmol was going to get down on O'Neill for failing to hustle in only the 5th game of the season, maybe the team should be more open to trading him or one of their other outfielders for a starting pitcher. The Cardinals' surplus of controllable outfielders include O'Neill, Nootbaar, Dylan Carlson, Alec Burleson, and Jordan Walker. Meanwhile, Steven Matz and Miles Michaelis are their only starting pitchers under control beyond the season, and Michaelis only after recently agreeing to an extension. O'Neill's combination of power and speed makes him that rare player capable of hitting 30 home runs and stealing 30 bases in a season. The Cardinals discussed him with the Marlins, among other teams, but depending upon how he responds to Marmol's criticism, they are risking devaluing him further. Mm-hmm. So the gentleman who won the starting center field job before the season started, 5 games into the season, is now being discussed on The Athletic by Ken Rosenthal as
when did he write that?
a trade. Excuse me?
When did he write that, do you know?
This morning.
Okay. So after he was benched last night.
I can't believe O'Neill's value is higher now after his manager has painted him as someone who doesn't give all full effort. That doesn't help.
Yeah, this is what they do. They sell at their lowest form. Like, look at Carlson. Oh, can't get rid of him for a Juan Soto trade. And now you can't even start the guy. He's your 5th outfielder. And you didn't want to package him 6 months ago for an all-star 25-year-old outfielder. Like, it makes no sense. They sell at the absolute lowest point. Every prospect, every player, they wait till they're basically hit rock bottom and they trade them for scraps. They covet these controllable players way too much. Why have 6 outfielders under control?
Marmol said before the game yesterday that O'Neill was not in the lineup. Now, O'Neill said it was a scheduled day off. Marmol said there's going to be a style of play that we are known for, and it's going to involve effort, and it's going to involve being relentless. It's going to involve being smart, and we're going to keep guys to that because that's how you sustain being good for a long time. There are a lot of good players in that clubhouse and down below. John Mozeliak expressed to Bally Sports Midwest a wish that these conversations had remained within the clubhouse.
You think?
Though he first echoed the manager's statement on the expectations. Quote, the one thing we always try to think about here with the Cardinals is when we play 100%, you go hard. Mozeliak told the broadcast partner. That's an STL today. Sounds like they weren't happy that he didn't talk with them. Marmol and O'Neill spoke after Marmol's comments to the media Tuesday night that were critical of O'Neill's effort, and they spoke after O'Neill publicly defended himself. That does not mean they reached a shared view of the play or how it played out publicly. Quote, giving it my best effort every time. I got up through the minor leagues and into the big leagues by playing hard and playing scrappy. That's who I am. That's my character, and I don't ever want anyone to take that away from me. You know, these conversations definitely could have been had in-house and not gotten out on the loose like they have. Should have been handled a little differently, in my opinion, but who's to say?
Mm-hmm.
So, and we're off.
And you get benched.
You wonder if there wasn't some history before all this, because that was a strange incident for the manager to jump on it and claim that O'Neill doesn't give effort. I've never watched Tyler O'Neill play and think he wasn't given 100%.
Well, if the history is there, then it would have been in the previous 4 games because this was the 5th game of the year, and he had won the starting job in spring. So if there was a problem with his effort, I guess it happened in 3 games against the Blue Jays or the first game against the Braves because his effort was good enough to beat out the guy that you wouldn't include in a package for Juan Soto 5 months ago.
Yeah. It doesn't make a lot of sense. It really doesn't.
And doubling down yesterday, if it was the heat of the moment, after the game, I understand it. You kind of talk to him and, your next day is no comment. That's, that was yesterday's game. The fact that he doubled down and talks about what this team needs to do and the heart and effort. Yeah. This isn't high school baseball, bro. The players have a lot more leverage than the manager. We've gone through Matheny, Schill, and now Ollie. This team will survive another manager. If you find a player valuable, you can't throw him under the bus.
John Mozeliak saying he wishes it would have been kept in there indicates that was not something that was blessed by the guy that most, I think, Cardinal fans view, whether or not it's accurate, is really running the franchise, both on the field and in the front office. So, yeah, I'm surprised by that. And then Marmol went right back after it again yesterday, and O'Neill conveyed. He's like, yeah, it could have been handled, but could have been handled in a different way so it wouldn't have been out in the open and running wild. That's my contention. You call somebody out for their effort. You say somebody didn't have a good game. I understand that, but you call somebody out for their effort publicly. That's a different animal. And especially it's the guy that you put in your starting center field spot in spring training, and it's 5 games into the season. It's just very strange.
Yeah, it sure sets kind of a bad feeling, a bad aura around the team right now. Doesn't help.
Good for Tyler for standing up for himself when someone questions your effort. That's from the 618. Yeah. Maybe Marmol is making a meta play to get O'Neill traded for a pitcher. That's from the Birthday Hawk. Do you think it's a meta play, Doug?
No, I don't think it might happen, but I don't think that's the way you'd go about it.
Yeah, you want all 31 other teams to know that he doesn't hustle. That makes the value skyrocket. Give me a break.
Well, they could use some pitching. Yeah. It's the first week of the season, obviously, and this is the time we overreact more than any other. But it's hard not to look at this rotation and think you could use a little more help.
Kind of hope for a bullpen game. Bullpen's been pretty good.
Yeah. The bullpen hadn't been the problem, although it did let the first game of the season get away from them.
As long as Hicks isn't in there, we're fine.
Yeah, they just pencil Waino in there as if he's going to pitch 35 games as a 41-year-old. I just think it's amazing they didn't have a backup plan when they have injuries to their pitching staff every year. Every team does. You talk about it, Doug, all the time. You need 7 or 8 guys. Mm-hmm. And they just always seem to be surprised when a guy goes down. And you have 2 injury-prone pitchers with Flaherty and Matz coming,
I really, truly believe, as weird as it sounds, this is the theory I'm going with. Number 1, you have the Bally situation, which is $70 million in revenue. So that, I believe, factored into it. But then secondarily, I really think they thought they were going to get Sean Murphy from the A's. And then they would allocate dollars for a free agent. That's what I think they thought was going to happen. And then when the asking price was so high that they weren't comfortable doing it, they had to pivot to get Contreras because catcher was the first priority of the offseason. Because otherwise there wouldn't have been these conversations with both the Blue Jays and the A's if you were so sold on Contreras. So I think that's what caused the pivot, and I think it was a domino effect that caused the offseason to go in a totally different direction than I think John Mozeliak had planned when he told the media and St. Louis Cardinal fans that they were going to increase payroll. And I realize by definition they did increase payroll. But when you say we're going to increase payroll, I don't think people are necessarily expecting it by the percentage points that they did increase payroll. And you go into a starting season or a season with a starting rotation that your net, your sixth pitcher is Jake Woodford. You know, not to say that Woodford can't be good. He had one bad start. He had a great spring. He was locating his slider better than he ever had. But that isn't necessarily a net, especially when you have question marks in that rotation with the age of Wainwright and the health of Jack Flaherty. So I just don't think that this was their plan. I think it got blown up, but I don't think that they can acknowledge publicly or would acknowledge publicly that we didn't want Wilson Contreras. We wanted Sean Murphy, and then we were going to spend dollars elsewhere. I don't know where those would have been, but I just don't think that Contreras was the plan.
Hopefully they explain that to Arenado. I mean, I think we're all under the impression that when they met, he said, look, I'll stay here, but we need to do something to... And I'm guessing he was told, yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to get this, we're going to be contenders, we're going to go out and do this, and none of it happened. So I'm hoping that something happened where they told him, you know, hey, we tried to do this, but don't worry. Because you can't tell a guy one thing and then you do nothing, and then he probably left $80, $100 million on the table to stay here. And we don't know what he said, but that had to be said.
It does appear they've got the pieces in place to create an attractive trade package for somebody. I mean, you could trade Tommy Edman. You got Mason Wynn sitting down there. He looks ready.
Really?
Yes, he does. He absolutely. He should probably be the starting shortstop right now. You've got an extra outfielder or two. There's got to be one of the low-budget teams that would love to have 2 or 3 young, controllable players, everyday-type players who have a track record of success for some stud young pitcher.
We got DeYoung coming back. That's like a trade.
You need to trade Tommy Edman. I think that's the most obvious trade you can make. So you have Donovan. Wins next year. Win will be up. I just think it's a perfect scenario. Edman contracts at the end after this year. What are you going to pay him? What is a guy like that worth? I feel like if you trust Donovan and you trust Gorman and
the Gorman stock skyrocketing, and that again isn't like a first week thing. That was something that we were talking about on Balloon Party with John Denton. The MLB writer was saying that he was the story of the spring. If it weren't for Jordan Walker and Mason Wynn, everybody would be talking about him. So that goes from a guy that you're like, I don't know what we've got with him, although he hit 30-plus home runs when you combine minor league and major league last year, that if that has staying power, then that really does allow you to have surplus both, theoretically, in the infield, middle infield, and outfield. But I just don't know if teams are going to be pulling the trigger on trading somebody, the first week of the season.
Yeah,
that's the reality of it. And again, I like I said yesterday, I think we're in the exact same camp. It's not like I'm angry at Ali Marmol. I'm just telling you from a leadership standpoint. If you want to address somebody pitched poorly or hit poorly or didn't have a good game or has been struggling recently, that's totally different than questioning somebody's effort. And if you go, okay, but it must have been something that's been going on for a while to the point that they were frustrated. Okay, then why was he the starting center fielder over the guy who just, I guess I said 5 months ago, it's more like 8 months ago, you didn't want to give up as part of a package. It wasn't Dylan Carlson for Juan Soto straight up. As part of a package for Juan Soto that you viewed that highly and you were, still super bullish on. Fine, totally cool. I don't like it, but I understand that's the direction you wanted to go. So now if the reasoning for Ali Marmol to say that publicly was that this was something that's been going on for a while, then why was he the starting center fielder if you didn't trust his effort? It's the 5th game of the season when it happened. Did he not run hard in games 1 through 4? Doesn't make sense. Doesn't hold up. I think the manager was emotional. He was pissed off, and he allowed it to go out over in a press conference, and I'm fine with him being pissed off. God bless. But that's something that from a leadership standpoint, sports, business, politics, you don't call out one of your people's, one of your team members' effort on the air or in a press conference or in a newspaper article. It's just not the way you lead people and then get the rest of the team to buy in. It isn't. When you're talking about effort's a totally different thing than saying, yeah, Michael has had a rough day today, but we still have faith in him. And then you go back and you double down. I was like, man, I thought he would come back the next day and go, man, I was rough. I wish I would have had that one back, but that was not the attitude he displayed yesterday. Meanwhile, Mozeliak's saying he wishes it would have been handled in-house. And O'Neill is saying, yeah, it could have been, it's fine, but it could have been handled in a different way so it wasn't running all over the place. And now you've got Ken Rosenthal and The Athletic talking about the Cardinals potentially trading O'Neill. So what do you think other teams are going to be doing? Oh, we'll give you a bunch for the guy that you're chastising his effort in public. It's not the way that it works. So it's bad management of a team, and it's bad meta play as far as trading one of your surplus outfielders because you're not going to get much value for O'Neill if his stock is perceived to be low in the market in which he's playing. Your thoughts are welcome, 314-881-TMA5. That is the Engineer Design Facilities text inbox. And you are also welcome to call in 636-9004-TMA. Welcome aboard to Glenn Betts Jewelers. Hello, friends. Glenn Betts Jewelers in business in St. Louis since 1941. And more importantly, Iggy, you've known them for, 4 decades? 5 decades, the Betts family?
Long time. I go back before Missy Dreyer.
Missy Dreyer.
Was married to Craig Betts. I went to grade school with her. So I go back to the Betts family in grade school. But, yeah, my family's been shopping at the Betts Jewelers for over 50 years.
I went to 6th grade with Craig Betts.
How about that?
Tillman Elementary in Kirkwood.
Tillman Trailblazers.
Is that their nickname? We didn't have a nickname back then.
Yeah, I bought watches from there. I just bought my niece a confirmation, little necklace confirmation last year for them. Yeah, just everything you need in jewelry, they got it.
Yeah, it's a great place. You just feel very comfortable when you go in there, and they know their customers, and they are going to take great care of you. The Glenn Betts difference is you are served personally. You are not sold. It's operated by 3rd and 4th generations of the Betts family. They get to know your likes, your lifestyle, and who and what you love. Those are the 3 L's. GlennBettsJewelers.com. That's 2 N's on Glenn and BETZ Jewelers.com. GlennBettsJewelers.com, located 1 mile east of 270 on Manchester and De Pere. In the jewelry business, there is good, better, and then there is Betts. The Betts family passion for serving their customers has been passed down from generation to generation. Welcome aboard to Glenn Betts Jewelers here on TMA. Support the sponsors just like you've supported Ryan Kelly, the title sponsor of this presentation, Doug, for a decade online at thehomeloanexpert.com.
Well, sure. It's getting to be prime home buying season. Houses are going to start popping up on the market here real soon. It's the way it usually works. And you're going to be saying, well, I don't know, interest rates are too high. No, don't worry about that. You marry the house, you only date the rate. The interest rates will come down. And they've come down a little bit lately. They're in the 5s now, as Ryan told us a day or two ago. So if you're thinking of buying a home, go ahead, pull the trigger. If that's the house that you want, get it. And if rates come down, they can refinance for you later. That's the way it works at the Home Loan Expert. The process not as complicated as you think with the Home Loan Expert. They make the pre-approval process very easy. So get pre-approved today, the day you call in, and they will also provide a lower rate with a 10-day closing guarantee. As a direct mortgage lender, their customer-centered process has been streamlined from start to finish. Having the entire mortgage loan process contained under one roof allows them to quickly and efficiently close your loan, and their ability to use the newest mortgage loan products and underwrite their own file allows them to approve loans that their competitors simply cannot. Ryan Kelly is there for you, and he can help you refi. If you're not looking to buy a new house, you just want to refinance, maybe take some money out, pay off those high-interest credit card rates, you can do that as well. Very easy. I've done it twice.
Do it!
TheHomeLoanExpert.com. Thank you, Ryan Kelly. Thank you, Sir Mortgage.
There it is. Title sponsor of this presentation for a decade, TheHomeLoanExpert.com. And mortgage rates are dropping. It's a weird little dynamic that's going on right now. Ryan briefed us on why that is the case. So if you are looking for a home, rates truly are dropping. Go to TheHomeLoanExpert.com. If you are looking to look sharp at the Michelob Ultra J. Randolph Jr. Fan Page Club Championship, here is what you can do right now. Get your attire via Holderness and Bourne. Oh, my goodness. What do they say, Doug? Look good, play good? Is that what they say?
I believe that's the case.
I say if you can't play, at least look good.
There you go.
Look like you can play.
HBGolf.com is where you go. It's Holderness and Bourne. And then you enter the promo code TMA15, and what that's going to get you when you check out is 15% off your next order. That's right. It's Holderness and Bourne. If you're watching the Masters this weekend, watching the Masters today, you will see a lot of Holderness and Bourne. You probably won't see it on Sandy Lyle. You'll see suspenders on Sandy Lyle, but you will see wonderful shirts, Holderness and Bourne, all over the PGA Tour. It is premium interfacing, hidden collar stays, and an English cut that is modern but not too aggressive. It's Holderness and Bourne. Check them out at hbgolf.com and use code TMA15 for 15% off your next order. That's hbgolf.com. Holderness and Bourne. All right, we close out our Munganess St. Louis Acura Alton Toyota 7 o'clock hour from the first ever edition of the Michelob Ultra Studios, hosting this one, Doug. These brand new studios met with rave reviews by the audience. Fun to have people excited about them, and we will see if we can match the enthusiasm with the appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. It is coming your way. Next, this is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Want a $50 gift card to Brush Creek Valley Farms? Just go to the TMA app or TMASTL.com and enter the mobile contest to get you some meat. And if you want to buy some meat, use the discount code TMA10 for 10% off box orders or TMA5 for 5% off bulk orders. Get the best locally sourced meats out of Cuba, Missouri at BrushCreekValley.com and go win a gift card to buy some meats at TMASTL.com. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT-FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan of TMA, and we are thrilled to have another new sponsor on board the show. A couple of guys I have gotten to know. Longo Biggs Injury Law, Doug Biggs and C.D. Longo here with me. And C.D., one of the things that I want our audience to know is this. When people get injured in an accident, they don't necessarily know what to do, and that's where you guys come into play.
Yeah. Tim, it can be a very confusing process. If you get hurt in a car accident or injured some other way, people do not know what to do. They don't even know how to start a claim. We're going to take the hassle out of your hands and make the entire process very easy. Injury cases are potentially worth a lot of money. We're going to make sure you get every dollar you deserve. We're very excited to be part of the TMA family. We're hoping to have a lot of fun with this. If you or a loved one do get injured, please remember us at Longo Biggs Injury Law. You can visit our website at longobiggs.com, and that is Biggs with 2 Gs.
The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely upon advertisements.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I'm here with Ryan Kelly, and a lot of people are sitting there, Ryan, with that 2.5% interest rate. And so they need cash right now, but they don't want to mess with that first mortgage. Well, you have a solution for them here with a home equity line of credit.
Absolutely. In fact, they're getting more popular as the days go. And it's exactly what you said. Folks got a great rate over the last few years. They're at 2.5%. They're at 3%. But they know they have equity, and they could really use that home equity now to get caught up on bills and just to get through the month. And that's why the home equity line of credit is a perfect product. We can go in and tap into that equity and get you the cash at closing, and you don't have to touch that current first mortgage. So a lot of folks are looking at those HELOCs now, and why wouldn't you? And at thehomeandexpert.com, we have loan programs for about anybody, like the HELOC, a reverse mortgage, a jumbo loan, an FHA, a VA, a cash out, a purchase, you name it, we've got you covered. So if you've been thinking about doing something with your home, think no more. Visit thehomeloanexpert.com.
Driving the ball 300 yards is cool and impresses your buddies, but scoring amounts to getting the ball in the hole. Thus, the best way to lower your scores is to improve your short game. If you want a golf green that putts true and gives you real grass performance when practicing chips, pitches, and bunker shots, the only company to call is Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens. Each Clubhouse Turf signature green is unique in design and can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf today at 314-802-6229. Or visit them online at clubhouseturf.com.
You wanted the best? Well, you got the best. The hottest band in the world.
Yes. The end of the road World Tour. October 25th, Enterprise Center. Kiss Countdown. The final 50 shows. On sale Friday, April 7th, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. History will be made.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly morning after on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Very nice.
Well, I feel like in this new studio, I sound really good.
You sound taller, too.
We just have the door.
The door is open. Come on in, friends.
And the trench coat is gone, too.
And you realize we're connected to the bathroom? Like.
Yep.
Oh.
It's big for us. Kevin Nass 4 over through 6.
He just put out the worst putt I've ever seen in my life.
God almighty.
I've never used the Masters app until today.
He just fired.
Matthew McLean is 2 under, whoever this guy is, this amateur.
He
He's
nailed
the only
the
guy
good
under
putt.
par.
Well, this song puts me in a better mood.
Kevin Na hit a putt that was 4 feet wide to the right and then ran for like 15, 20 feet afterwards.
That's how Doug Vaughn putts.
Welcome back, friends. It's the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. We are in our brand new studios, and there's a lot of buzz about it from the audience, Doug. Describe what you are hearing and seeing.
Pretty much all positive.
That's exactly
right. They
right.
love me as a kind of a glowing orange type figure. I think they like the sound, the underwater sound. If we could play maybe some whale noises,
that'd be fun.
Porpoises or something in the background, it might be an interesting effect.
It'll be fun.
It's all aces so far.
You miss 1-foot putts with your 10.7 vanity cap, Jackson. You leave Kevin Na's name out your damn mouth. That's from Mr. Licks.
I'm not joking. The putt almost went into the rough.
He's sabotaging. I've got him on 18 rosters.
He literally he thought it was bending left, and he was putting through the fringe. He almost went into the rough.
Well, don't they have those greens where if you miss the putt, it rolls and rolls and rolls
right.
and rolls? And
but it's day one. It's day one. Easier pin positions. And also, Mr. Licks, anytime you want to play, let's get after it. See who's talking. And if you're like 2 shots better than me, like if you're an 8, I'll play you straight up. I'll play you straight up down to a 5.
I'd love to play a fan page club championship where it's just there's no pops. I'd actually be excited about playing in that, for real. Well, I mean, I realize it changes things, and you can't have
schleppers.
But,
I get that.
But yeah, because a net event is kind of a whatever. I mean, it's it's not a serious event anyway. But I enjoy that kind of fun and games. Where's the Masters song, Bish? That's from Todd Reesing. Doug, you remember him? He was sacked.
Yeah, I ain't playing that every day, man. I ain't playing it 2 times a day every day.
This is the week.
Look, I love the Master too, but let's not. This isn't Heaven Gates here, boys. It's a golf course with a bunch of greenery and a bunch of things that are named after a bunch of olds.
Oh.
We good.
The Eisenhower Oak. No longer with
Ray's
us.
Creek.
Butler's Cabin.
Oh, God, Doug, you have Alex Norn or Ziggy? Somebody has Alex Norn.
Doug does.
2 over through 2.
Oof.
That's a shame.
It's too early to say I'm done.
If you have Kevin now, you're done, which means I'm done.
Good morning.
Now, where's that coming from?
Need to be.
You go to Zoom? You got another board meeting with
That
Hubbard?
was Fred Ridley.
Doug, do you have a problem when they address Fred Ridley as Chairman Ridley?
Yes.
They need to change that whole
Were they
thing
in
up.
China or something?
I watched that yesterday. And to have grown men addressing a guy who's running a golf course as Chairman Ridley.
Yeah, I watched the press conference.
They're not too elitist or anything there.
Oh, it's so good. Doug Jordan Walker hit a home run yesterday. Take a listen.
Yeah, I saw it. Go ahead, hit the lever, please.
First home run.
See?
It meant a lot. It was pretty cool.
Has he got a hit in every game so far?
He does. He has a hit in every game.
Breaking ball hammered down the line.
Hot it down.
A J-bomb. Jordan Walker's first big league homer.
Did Jackson just say pot him down?
It almost burst my eardrum.
The sound
it
effect
was
sounded
on-
like he broke the baseball.
It was on the I guess PC comes in a little spicy.
So spicy.
You want to try it again to see if we got it fixed? Just to...
I mean, yeah, we could try
It's a
it.
short call.
Yeah.
All right.
Breaking ball.
Sounds like a golf club.
A J-bomb.
Doesn't it sound like he's swinging a golf club?
Walker's first big league homer.
A lot better. That's the right spot right there for the pot.
Perfect.
All right.
Did he
We
call
found
it?
our honey hole.
Did he call it a J-bomb?
He did.
So now he's got his own call.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Sounds like
You didn't
somebody's not
like it?
happy.
No, it's just you gotta-
Cardinals went up there and got the baseball for him.
What do they have to give the fan?
I never saw what they had to give the fan. I don't know.
I love that. In a poke game, he had it in like a Glad baggie. I thought that was kind of
So
fun.
he's giving it to his dad.
Cardinals could do it, or they?
I'm not sure exactly who did it. They probably called the usher or something and said, identify the fan who's got it. And a team official probably went out there and negotiated what it would take.
Yeah, he probably got a bat and signed hat maybe for him.
Yeah.
Oh, they're the best fans in baseball. They probably gave Jordan Walker $100 with the ball.
Be a nice memento to have, though, if he becomes a star player who hits 500 home runs to say, I got the first one.
I think he's going to be a star. I mean, if he
sure looks like it.
just looks so good.
First question following yesterday's game. What would you ask, Doug, if you were covering the game?
What are you going to do with the ball?
What did you think of the fans?
You can't ever go wrong.
No.
If you're on the St. Louis media payrolls asking about the fans. Ali Marbles, the first question he was asked yesterday was about what it was like to see Jordan Walker hit a home run. They're in the midst of a
Cal Maybach
sweep. That's what I honestly was wondering. Well, every morning, what does the gentleman say? Michael Paisley, Doug, sends the audio over of, a million things. And I was going through it. And Ali Marmol, Cardinals manager, post-game presser, here you can see it. Question 1, on his thoughts about Walker's first MLB home run. I'm going, wow. I know, you got to have bad decision-making to get into this business in the first place. But
You just got swept by the Braves, gobsmacked in 3 straight games.
And you have a starting pitching issue with the guy you just gave an extension to. He got rocked. He might have been getting soft hit to death against the Blue Jays, but he got rocked yesterday. What about the first home run? And then the second question, if he's concerned about the Cardinal starting rotation. So they were tended to. Yeah. Let's see. Do we have any of that Plowhawk in our system? No? Fine if we don't. He's concerned about it, but not going to say it. Yeah. I'll speak for him. Let's see what we got.
I suppose at this point, there's not a whole lot you can do. There's not a lot of teams out there looking to trade their top starting pitchers right now. At this point,
right.
If things go wrong with your starting pitching, you pretty much just got to hope that things go better with your starting pitchers. There's not a whole lot of things you can do about it right now.
Which is why you usually would tend to it in the offseason, unfortunately.
Especially if you've got guys who've been there and done that and have some track record of success. You certainly can't give up on them on 1 or 2 bad starts. If this happened in July, we wouldn't think that much of it. We wouldn't say, "Oh, you got to trade everybody." We wouldn't be having that
And that's the thing that stands out about this, and this is rare because oftentimes there are things that fans get worked up about that don't necessarily play out to fruition and have an impact, positive or negative. But within the last 8 months or so, you've had Blues fans really irritated and concerned that the Blues didn't re-sign Perron. And it's not to say that had they signed Perron, they would be in the playoffs and a real threat to challenge whomever in the West or the Bruins in the East. And this offseason, Cardinal fans were told that there would be an increase in payroll, and most of the fan consternation this offseason surrounded not getting another pitcher or the fact that there was one pitcher, Steven Matz, too. It wasn't like it was, an ace pitcher. Steven Matz was the only pitcher under contract beyond 2023. And so, of course, it is 6 games into the season, but what's the best start been? I mean, if you want to say Flaherty, I would understand it. It was no hits, no runs, but it was 7 walks. Or Montgomery. But either way, Michaelis has had 2 bad starts, and Matz was rough, and Woodford was rough. And
the fans were good.
The fans were great. You're right about that. Fans were great.
Yeah.
And I guess you could say Flaherty was all right. 7 walks, didn't give up a hit, but that's a problem.
Atlanta might be the best team in the league, too. There's that.
And, you do have 2. You're going up against 2 great lineups. No question about it. Rosenthal also writes in that same article where he's talking about O'Neill's value, about the expectation that the Brewers are going to be having a fire sale at the deadline. How about that?
The first place Brewers?
That's right. Any deadline speculation, however, is not entirely misplaced. The Brewers indeed might face difficult decisions even if they are in contention. A number of their best players, Corbin Burns, Brandon Woodruff, and Eric Lauer, plus, let's see, who else? Doug Rowdy, you're a big Rowdy Tellis guy.
Oh, gosh, yeah.
Are all eligible for a free agent. And keep in mind what they did last year with Hader. So you saw what they were willing to do there.
How much you got left on that Yelich contract?
Christian Yelich, I don't know on that.
I don't know. As great as that looked in the early years of that contract, he's just fallen off the cliff.
Yeah.
They got Yelich until 2029.
Ouch.
Well, we've got Scott Stallings, Russell Henley, and Kevin Kisner, along with Matthew McClain atop the leaderboard at Augusta National. Doug, how do you do?
I'm absolutely fine. I know I look orange today, but I feel fine.
And Iggy, the guy you think is cute, Min-Woo Lee, is even through 1.
He is.
Woo, woo, woo. Kenny Woo.
He's my guy. And then I also am a big Harry Diamond fan. So.
Harry Diamond.
Rory's caddy, Iggy, finds him attractive.
I don't know why I said this yesterday, because nobody knows this, but, God, who was it that posted a picture on Instagram? It was a picture of Rory, Fred, Couples, Tiger, and then Harry Diamond was, like, in the background, almost like he was photobombing, but he wasn't. He was walking behind, and I actually commented, "I see you, Harry Diamond."
Nice.
You're stalking Harry Diamond?
No, I don't even know why I said it. I said it to amuse myself, I guess.
Morning,
nice
guys.
Story.
I'm a big fan of Doug's Harry Diamond. That's from Mudjack Mike.
Oh.
You can send your emails in the morning after at InsideSTL.com for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today. We are in our appliance discounters 8 o'clock hour. If you're in the market for an appliance, look no further than Appliance Discounters and their 80,000 square foot warehouse full of GE appliances and other major brands ready for delivery. Shop online at theappliancediscounters.com, where pricing has been adjusted to beat the competition. I got a dishwasher from Appliance Discounters earlier this year. Doug, you got a Rain?
Rain, yeah. Almost every appliance I have in my kitchen I got there.
Should go.
Every one of them.
John Bradley, Denise Bradley, and the wonderful staff at Appliance Discounter, sponsor of our 8 o'clock hour here on TMA. Want to get your game peak form? Then work with Celebrity Greens and Clubhouse Turf. Sweet mother of mercy, what a wonderful setup it is. I just go to that family golf short game area and get my work. And Iggy, did you go there the other day? I did go there. I was there for 2 hours.
I didn't. I just went in my backyard.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. You were chipping around the backyard. That short game area is wonderful. But imagine having that in your backyard. Like John Rahm and Max Homa have installed Celebrity Greens in their backyards. Each Clubhouse Turf signature green is unique in design, whether creating a replica hole like the 12th at Augusta or the 2nd at Belle Reve. Clubhouse Turf can create your own backyard golf experience that your family and friends will enjoy for years to come. Call Clubhouse Turf, St. Louis's exclusive partner of Celebrity Greens Golf Digest, best in golf, and start improving your game today. The number is 314-834-2339. That's 314-834-2339, or visit clubhouseturf.com. clubhouseturf.com. Let them know TMA sent you. It's Clubhouse Turf. Fully customizable layouts from the design all the way down to the speed of the green. Visit clubhouseturf.com or call 314-834-2339. Clubhouse Turf.
I'm sure that would really enhance the value of a house. If you're looking to buy a house and they had a putting green in the backyard.
Oh, how do you do?
I don't even need to see the inside.
How do you do? Yeah, super nice. Yeah, some people would be like, I have no interest in it. And other people are like, oh, my God, I can't believe this is here. And it enhances the value because it is so rare. Guys, are there fire sprinklers in the new studio in case Iggy needs to ignite himself again? That's from the Crestwood Coyote.
Oh.
Let's take a look. Yes, I do see sprinklers.
Yeah, we're all right. You're not going to set your shoes on fire again, are you?
No. I see a water stain up there. That one.
Excuse me?
Water stain up there on the ceiling tile.
It's not leaking.
Well, that's not much to complain about.
No, it's nothing we can do about it.
No.
It's not leaking in here.
No, it isn't.
You know what? I want to mention this real quick because I was kind of excited yesterday. I don't really pay attention to when I tweet something or who likes it or who retweets unless I get a notification that says such and such responded to your tweet or whatever. Now, I went to see Pitbull in like September of last year.
Pitbull, September 22.
Yeah. It was the end of the summer last year. And I just put a picture of Pitbull. I said, what a great concert, maybe one of the great performers out there.
He just now posted that?
Pitbull put on a hell of a show. No, I posted it at the concert that night.
Throwback Thursday.
I get a notification. It'll say, Pitbull liked and retweeted your tweet.
Really?
And I said, that's probably a fake Pitbull. No, he's got the blue check. Now, I don't know if he's got a handler that does all of his tweeting and that, but I got a like and a retweet from Pitbull.
Well, that'll make your day, won't it?
That's kind of exciting.
Yeah.
I don't know why it took him so long.
So you're upset with the timeliness.
Well, I mean, what, October, November, December, January, February, March? It's like April. 6 months ago.
Yeah. Well, it's a nice little feather in your cap, though.
Yeah, I was excited that Pitbull...
Is he the most famous person that's ever given you a like or a retweet?
No, I think Gaga once liked something I did.
Oh, she did?
What a hijack. Also, he has already told this story. That's from Josh Bob Bill, who lives in the same building as Keisha Gray.
Well, I couldn't have told the story because he just liked it yesterday.
Yeah.
How could I have told a story that never happened?
Couldn't possibly have told it.
Anybody can have a blue check now. How many followers did, quote, Pitbull have? That's from Brian Hench and Milagro Tequila.
Oh, I got to go look.
Well, now you got to pay for
24 million.
it. You got to pay for it, right?
Oh. If it's the blue check.
Can we address Toad's tweet at 7:15 p.m. to Sam Bennett? What the hell? He plays so slow, impossible to root for. That's from Tervis Parish. Doug, who is Toad?
I don't know.
Toad the Wet Sprocket.
Yeah.
I don't know, unless you're... I guess you didn't see what was on the Golf Channel yesterday, so I can't tell you.
You were watching the Golf Channel?
There was a great little story on Bennett, the U.S. amateur champion.
Okay.
Lost his father, and he...
And then you put him on blast for playing slow?
No, I think the Toad did. All I said was, how can you not root for this guy? I love this kid.
Who
Go
is
get him
the
this
Toad?
Week.
Who is the Toad?
I guess it's the guy that responded to my tweet. I don't know.
Oh.
Well, I got to go to your Twitter feed and see what it's doing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a...
Sounds very active.
It was a very sweet story about his father.
How can you not pull for Sammy Golf 24243? That's his handle?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. And let's see, the Toad. Who you got winning the Masters? Iggy says Rory. Iggy, great job on Balloon Party. That's from Bobby Dankus. That's all I see.
That has nothing to do with the tweet.
I don't know. That's what I see.
I think was that guy that you just read, was that a text that came in about me talking about Bennett?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, go watch the story on the Golf Channel. Then,
Doug, could you go watch the story of the...
No.
And then complain about he's slow and he can't watch him, so... I'm just rooting for the kid.
Yeah.
Guys, if you go review Ken's likes on Twitter, about 70% of that timeline is taken up by learned tweets he's liked. That's from Carlos Spicy Wiener. Iggy, is that accurate?
I have no clue what my percentage of likes are and what.
No, you like what you like. That's okay.
Do a study.
Plow, are you going to launch a study?
I don't even know how to find that.
I'm on it. I'm looking at it.
Okay.
How many followers does the Pitbull blue check mark have?
24 million.
20. That was real Pitbull.
It's the real deal there, Iggy.
Henshin, back to you.
Now, to be fair, it seems like he likes and retweets a lot.
Well, good.
But I'm looking at your personal likes.
8 of the first 11.
A lot to learn.
Well, maybe that's the only thing I follow.
Yeah.
Some Dillian Harper mixed in there.
Yeah, I think 75%
Well, of course, yeah.
accurate.
I do a lot of Dillian.
Plowhawk, you have got the data, and it's...
Well, it was 8 of the first 11, and then there were some, Gagas and things, so...
Yeah, I don't think I've liked a Gaga thing in a long time.
Well, I had to. That was when I kept scrolling. So.
Well, you'll like this. The boy you find to be very cute is leading the Masters. Min Woo Lee is now 1 under par, tied for the lead at Augusta National.
He finished 14th last year, so it's not like he doesn't play well here.
Kevin Na is, Doug, having problems. He is 4 over par. And Alex Noren, who is on your roster, he is 3 over par through 4, and that's going to be problematic.
Yeah, you're going to have a guy meant to cut before like 10 a.m.
Well, I have to pick with my eyes closed.
I guess none of my guys have teed off yet.
I just hope I do well for the children of our community.
Well, Iggy, congrats.
Hey, congrats. He's only I got guys that can shoot 10 over.
All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out.
This will activate Ken here. Aubrey Plaza has claimed a director told her to touch herself, quote, for real, while filming sex comedy The To-Do List. The 38-year-old actress has opened up about her experience while shooting the 2013 flick. In the movie, Aubrey played Brandy Clark, and one scene showed the teen performing a sex act on herself. While it's usually standard practice for actors to be protected with modesty barriers and the use of prosthetics while filming X-rated scenes, the White Lotus star has insisted director Maggie Carey encouraged her to do it for real.
No, come on,
Speaking to Conan O'Brien, she said, in my head, I envisioned a nice scene where you see my hand slowly go out of frame. That's what I thought I was going into. But then when I showed up, the camera was mounted on the ceiling. I was in my underwear and a Clinton T-shirt, and there were a bunch of old men smoking, you know, the crew guys. And then I went and touched myself. She continued, I thought I was doing one thing, and then when I showed up, it was a whole different thing. It was a full body shot. And I asked the director, what should I do? And she said, masturbate, like it says in the script.
Conan still have a show?
Thank you, baby.
Podcast.
So is she complaining about it, or is it just a story that there wasn't a...
You don't know what's real
The director's
with her,
now
though.
under
She's
fire.
She's so out there.
636 says this is old news. The story is dated April 6, 2023, and it's updated at 13:05. Doug, this comes from the future.
Right. Well, we try to stay ahead of the game here.
Was it his podcast? Because he's not on the air anymore, is he?
He does a podcast, yep.
Hello, Vivian.
I tried to get her on my podcast and never got back to me.
Doug, DraftKings Cal wants to talk about the situation with Aubrey Plaza masturbating.
Okay.
Look at the plow has to move all over the place.
Sorry, Plowsy.
I do dig her, though.
Hello, Cal.
Hey, are you guys having audio issues or something?
Well, it sounds fine here where we are.
Yeah, play the hits.
Okay. Well, my brother texted me this morning and was like, hey, are you listening to TMA? With a bunch of laughing, crying faces, and it was like 7:15. I was like, no, I'm not up yet. But, well, I got up at, like 7:45 or whatever. I was like, no, I'll tune in. Aren't they in the new studio? He's like, yeah, it's a nightmare.
Oh, gosh. How are you listening?
Is your brother Jackson by chance?
No, his name's Josh, though, so it kind of rhymes with Jackson.
How can you text back and say I'm not up yet? I mean, you have to be up to text,
I
don't
told you? I got up at 7:45. Didn't you listen to the timestamps?
No, I heard you say he texted me and I said I'm not up yet.
So are you salty just because it's Friday or Thursday or whatever day, or because the audio's not working?
Hello, Vivian.
Or just 'cause you had to get
Audio works fine with me. I can hear everybody talking.
Yeah.
So what are the complaints that are coming through? Like other people can't hear, or it just sounds bad? What's
I
going
think
on?
the problem is they can't hear, and it apparently sounds like we're in a.
It's according to many of the people listening, it sounds hollow. My mic and Doug's mic in particular. Iggy's mic sounds good, but I guess the breathing is now amplified.
Oh, come on, Grandpa Wheezy Sneezy.
And then the YouTube situation, the Plowhawk is not in the frame, and Doug is orange. I think those sum up the Mount Rushmore of complaints at the moment.
Didn't you guys have like 83 months to get this thing figured out?
Something like that. We needed 84.
Well, if you need a real audio engineer, let me know. 'Cause that's what I do. I'm going to help you guys.
Doug, DraftKings Cal.
You're not an audio engineer.
No, I actually am. That's not
Where? Where do you work?
Well, I'm not going to tell you where I work.
No, of course not.
But, I mean, I used to tour full-time doing audio engineering.
For a band?
Yeah, for an artist.
Okay.
For an artist.
Neither here nor there. That's not why I called in. I would like to give a shout out to Mr. Licks. I was gonna call in the other day and trash him because I was sick and tired of his calls, but then he DM'd me and we exchanged some pleasantries and some info, and I gave him some recommendations in Austin, and then he was like, "Hey, swing by my hotel and the bellhop will have something for you." I was like, "All right, it's a short shot for me." So I swung by and he gave me 2 sleeves of Pro V1s. So shout out Mr. Licks.
Mr. Licks is old money, Doug.
Right. So you two kind of got a thing going now.
Didn't want to see or talk to you. Just gave you some balls and said, "Don't bother me. Just go to the bellhop." You didn't have a cocktail or anything together?
Yeah, I will side with you on that. That was a little, weird. But he's down here for business. He's got to muck it up with the people. I get it, but I mean, Pro V1s are like $55 now for a dozen. So I was like, yeah, I'll drive 10 minutes to get 2 sleeves.
Will you?
Yeah, that's a good deal.
Did you know you were getting 2 sleeves?
I did not. No.
So why would you drive 10 minutes to get sleeves? You know what it was? Could have been like a candy bar or something.
Is this the cat?
Hello, Vivian?
No, I'm asking. You said you didn't know what they were, but yeah, I'm going to drive 10 minutes for Pro V1s. You didn't know what they were.
Okay, so I'll give you more background information. I'm sure you want to take another 5 minutes and talk about this.
You're the one who brought it up. I didn't.
Well, so what happened was last year, and I know Doug's going to interrupt and get me off the line, but Iggy, you asked. So last year, he asked for restaurant recommendations, and he was like, best I can do is give you some Pro V1s. And I was like, okay, that's super random, but that's fine. And then it never happened. And then this year, he was like, hey, back for some more restaurant recommendations. He's like, I can offer you some Pro V1s. Like, I thought he was going to give me like 3 balls, 1 sleeve. And then whenever he sent me a message like, hey, I have something for you at the front desk, he didn't clarify what it was. So I was like, okay, it's probably the Pro V1s he was talking about. When I showed up, it's 2 sleeves. So fascinating little story there.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
So was the bellhop or the front desk? Where'd you go?
They're right next to each other. I don't know the difference. He said bellhop next to the front desk. I'm not, wealthy enough. My pockets aren't deep enough to really understand the difference.
So you got 6 new golf balls.
Nice.
I did, yeah. Pro V1s was just, decent. I don't even play Pro V1s, but I definitely will.
Oh, what do you play, DraftKings Cal?
E12 Contact.
Oh, sure. You're too good for Pro V1.
No, it's not that I'm too good. It's that they're so expensive that I just can't justify it, and I don't really see a whole lot of difference between the E12 Contact and the Pro V1 for my game personally. But, in the next couple of years, maybe we'll get that handy down.
What's that handy at now, boy?
I'm at a 7.4 right now.
You'd be dangerous in the Fan Page Club Championship. That's usually the sweet spot of the winner, in that 7 to 9 range.
Yeah, I thought about heading up to STL and renting an Airbnb for a couple months so I could participate.
Oh, gosh.
But as the tournament has, continued to dominate most of the year, right. I don't know that would necessarily be conducive. But I guess I could fly in and out for each match.
If you're worried about the price of golf balls, it doesn't sound like a real wise way to spend your money this summer.
Yeah, that's the Marcana type advice right there. One last thing, Doug, who do you have winning the Masties? I know you did a lineup and you pulled out of a bucket or whatever, but who do you think's going to secure?
Oh hell, I don't know.
Throw a name out there, and then you can say I picked it right.
Okay, how about McIlroy, since I picked his name?
Yeah, that's not a bad play. I don't think he'll get it done, but that's not a bad play.
Okay.
There you go. How about that?
All right. Well, nobody knows, do we, until they start playing? Nobody knows really what's a good play or a bad play.
Why don't we have a camera on Jackson? I thought that was part of the studio move.
He's in another booth.
I know, but we were going to put a camera on him.
Well, I don't know that was seriously discussed, that we were going to put another camera on him. It'd be nice, but I don't think that they've made that happen yet.
You want to see me, baby?
Clip that off.
I do, baby.
I like this.
Yeah, I don't blame him though. If I was back in my little nook, I wouldn't want to be on camera either.
All right.
I mean, it's not.
One last thing.
Okay.
One last thing. It's really quick. There are some really odd, horny guys on the fan base.
You think? You think?
Name 8.
I know that, no one on the show wants to address it specifically, and I totally understand why. But there are some super odd, it's the same, 2 guys commenting on one girl's post that we all know that's been discussed on the show. And it is so damn weird. Like, I'll click on their profile, and they have families, like, with kids. I'm like, does your wife know that you are, like, it is the weirdest thing. It's so, so odd. And I imagine some discussions have been had offline between them and their wives whenever she's, ripping through their phone and she sees. It's just weird. I don't know, man. I had to throw it out there.
Trust me, it has happened.
What do you mean?
Some of the wives have found pictures.
Why should we trust you on that?
Well, don't try. I'm not giving names, but that's just something I've been told. I don't go, hey, anything happened there? It's just somebody tell me. And I don't give out names or anything. I don't know. And it could be false, too.
Well, yeah, I don't want to give too much information, but I was contacted by somebody on the show that was coming down here. I was like, hey, like, do you want to get a drink?
Somebody on the dais came down to Austin? That'd be easy to figure out. I haven't been there since 2008.
No. If that happened, I would cancel everything and make it work and work around my schedule. But no, a listener, and I was like, I think I would have to cancel my wedding if I showed up to this event because I'm getting married in December. And so I made sure to even communicate that to my significant other. Hey, someone messaged me, because it's that extreme over there on the pin that it was a risk that I wasn't willing to take.
I'm sorry, I don't follow the story. Did you guys follow the story? I don't follow the story. I don't understand DraftKings, Cal. I'm a huge fan of your work, so I want to understand the story.
Sure. Basically, without giving too much information, I was contacted by somebody that listens to the show.
Okay.
That doesn't have a fantastic reputation, and was like, "Hey, we should go out and get a drink." And I just didn't respond because like, there's no way that would be.
What, this person was visiting Austin?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's someone involved in the whole, horny slap and tickle fight on the fan pin, and I was like, yeah, that's not going to be beneficial to my relationship, so I'm going to avoid that.
You stretching now?
Right.
What are you doing now?
Hold on. Was this person male or female?
Female.
Oh, wow.
Nice.
Oh, intriguing.
Look at Doug's face.
That was the breaking ball that I didn't see coming. Okay. But do you know this person? Did you know this? Did you have a rapport with this person?
I mean, like comments back and forth occasionally, but I'm not part of that whole. It's like a new Goob 11 almost with the guy on it. It's really weird. But no, not well enough to like go out and get drinks. And like, with Licks is like, hey, we have enough of a rapport because we listen to this stupid show. Yeah, I'll go grab a drink with you, whatever. But there was a different energy coming from that interaction. I was like, nah, man, I'm good. And Iggy's been there, done that, and I don't necessarily want to go where Iggy has gone.
Oh,
I'm sure you've had some great ones, and I tip my cap.
Okay.
All right, buddy.
Thank you. Anything else, DraftKings, Cal?
Nope. I regret telling this story, and that's about it. And I'll see you guys in a couple more months.
Oh,
well, all right, Cal.
He's going to get the Airbnb for the Fan Page Club Championship. I don't know if he built out a P&L on that, but I don't know if it's going to
You're going to fly back and forth,
be profitable.
Try to save a buck on golf balls if you can.
So he hung out with Mr. Licks, but he wouldn't hang out with a female who visited Austin, Texas, who wanted to hang out. Is that a fair assessment of what we were just told?
I believe that's the case.
Okay. Yeah, although he didn't hang out with Mr. Licks either. Mr. Licks just gave him balls.
Six golf balls.
That's half a dozen.
It is indeed half a dozen. And that's pretty much the whole story. It took 20 minutes to say somebody gave me 6 golf balls, and I didn't want to meet up with a member of the fan page.
I can't blame him for that.
It's kind of odd, isn't it, to call someone or get in touch with someone that you don't know at all to say, let's get together?
What's amazing is I have my microphone off and it's still on.
Doug, that was the answer to your question.
Yeah. I just noticed it. I have my microphone off and it's still on.
Oh, that's not your mic.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. So,
that's also making it amazing.
I forgot to give Plowsy mine because his doesn't reach.
Oh, that's right.
Just some cans.
Yeah, I mean, I get that. I mean, if you're you don't really know people except for on the fan page, somebody out of the blue says, "Hey, you want to have a drink?" and you don't really know them. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. Saying no.
You ever do that though? Go out and meet somebody at a bar that you don't know? I mean, maybe if you're hooking up on an app or something somewhere, that's a little
You mean just a stranger to have a drink and not a
Yeah.
female, that you think you may have sex with?
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. I don't think I've just had some random, hey, you want to go have a cocktail? We've never met, but you want to have a drink? No, I mean, I see him there's people at TMA Lives that I see all the time that I've never met before.
Well,
that I
if you're
know
seeing,
that
if you're
are
seeing him
on.
in person and meeting him,
Yeah,
then,
but
then
I've
you've
never
met them.
I've never gone on my way and just got a DM from somebody that said, hey, you want to meet for a cocktail? I've never met you, but I love the show. Yeah, let's go. No, I've never.
It sounds like a potential abduction situation. You ever been abducted?
Clip that off.
I almost was as a kid.
You were?
What does LDL stand for, by the way?
Who?
Is
I
that
don't know.
cholesterol?
LDL?
Your LDL levels?
It says the LDL Collective on the fan page is a sight to see. I've never seen so many obese adults invest so much time arguing with one another over things that absolutely do not matter. It's great stuff to witness. That's from the Bentonville Bear. What does LDL stand for?
I think
Low
that's
density lipoprotein.
Wow.
Someone with bad cholesterol.
It's cholesterol.
High levels of LDL cholesterol raise your risk of heart disease and stroke.
Loser, douche, loser.
Mr. Licks is raging about Iggy's comments. He said that literally happened and you ended up in her mouth.
Oh.
Mr. Licks.
Well, I said when there wasn't sex involved. If it's just let's go have a cocktail with some random person.
Doug Ken Starr and Bill Clinton had a wonderful debate as to whether or not it counted as sex.
That is sex.
I agree with you on that.
Well, I said when somebody asked, I said you're not counting sex. I mean, go meet a couple that I've never met before. Like
Didn't
I
they come
did.
over to your place?
Yeah, but there was another time I was supposed to meet the Swing Haven board member and his wife,
sure.
and they never showed up.
No, well, she doesn't exist.
I was going to meet them, but I never met them. I never
And you
met
thought
them
something
before.
was going to happen that night?
Yeah,
too.
so there was sex involved.
That was the best sex I ever had, though.
So I said, if there's no somebody I want to have sex with, just to go meet a random person for a drink.
Love.
I'm not
Frank? You meant Frank?
I'm not going. No, Frank, I wouldn't either because he wants to be in me or wants to be around me. Or...
Didn't Chevy Chase say him and his family were looking for sex?
That's correct. That was European vacation, too. Guten Tag. My family and I are looking for sex. That is correct.
Women wanted to be like him, and guys wanted to be with him.
I don't know if they did.
With
Last
him, not
part
in
is
him.
the best. Knowing what you're saying.
I was listening in Las Vegas, and I immediately texted, I don't know who, it couldn't have been Jackson, right? Might have been
Sea Monster
Plowhawk.
was still
Sea
there,
Monster?
yeah.
I said, if you could, go snag that audio from the press box.
Then he told us not
And then
to
he said,
play
don't
for a
play it.
God. Meeting strangers is so weird. Anyway, saw Timmy's friend Randall at a Vegas steakhouse. Thanks. If you go to Applebee's in Florida, stop in and say hi to my sister. She bartends there. That's from Timmy Recaps.
Well, I mean, you know him because I'm vouching for him.
No, that
Meeting
doesn't mean
someone
you know
from
them.
the fan page isn't vouching for anybody.
Ain't no way I'm
Vouching.
one from the page.
Oh, I'm on the fan page. I'm normal.
KJ in O-Town says, I mean, who amongst us haven't put ourselves in a stranger's mouth? Could be a T-shirt.
Well, everyone's a stranger until you get in their mouth. Clip that off. Think about that, Doug, next time you're in the
I don't
think
want
about
to.
it.
I don't want to think about that.
My wife took a pic of me with a female listener yesterday, and the listener wanted me to put my hand on her breasts for the pic. This is a true story. It's from Steve, and he's in Wildwood
No
at the moment.
fooling.
How do we have female listeners?
A listener knows you?
I just read what's in the prompt.
I don't know.
And Steve sent it in 3 times. He
Is
really
it
wanted
possible?
to know.
Is that
a new report?
Is it possible
Oh,
this
we don't
is the same female listener who just really getting after it?
Sporting AF.
Yeah.
We were at BPV for the.
Oh, Jackson's got a story now.
Well, it was.
This Kevin Na's killing me. And Alex Doran's killing you, by the way. They're both 4 over.
Okay.
So we were at Ballpark Village for the opening day for the Hubbard party, and I walked down to go check out the broadcast for a while on ESPN, which was in a different location. So I'm walking through the mass of humanity, and I would say these 2 women were early 30s, good-looking women, and they tap me on the shoulder and they go, "We love the show," and I turned around.
Doug, all of our listeners are ladies.
And I got like this furrowed brow. I was like, "What the hell? No way you listen to
Yeah,
TMA."
who put you up to that?
I was about to ask, like, "Are you a fan of the Little Pill 6-shooter?"
Yeah, big balloon party fans.
Right. And then I later found out that they were wives of 2 loyal listeners who were put up to it.
See, I get that, though, because you're on the show, or the husbands listen to the show. And this is nothing against Steve. I love Steve. But who would just go up to Steve and, hey, love you on the show when you call in. Can you sign my breast? Or can you touch my breast?
Real fan.
I mean, how would you know who he is?
It's a fair question. Steve, call in 636-9004-TMA, or just explain the story on a mic drop for Balloon Party, and we'll tend to it there. I'm a pretty lady, and I think Tim is cute. Thanks. That's from the 636. Bill's wife has been active this morning, by the way, and Bill's wife is adamant that Bill's wife is a lady. I'm trying to find the text. I got to scroll down here.
Jackson believes she's a woman.
I know. I'm really surprised by that. Jackson and I are usually on the same page on a lot of things, but
95%.
90. He says, I am a girl. And my husband, Bill, got my engagement ring and wedding band at Betts. We loved them, and they helped us design the perfect ring.
Really?
Yep.
Imagine being a guy, faking that you're a female, and then tripling down and saying you bought fake engagement ring for what is a great sponsor.
At least he's supporting the sponsor.
Exactly.
With the lies.
Yeah, Craig, if you remember them buying that, we need some confirmation that she's a female.
As many times as he, she, whatever has said, I'm real, there hasn't been a picture. There's none of that.
No.
Where is Bill's wife?
That's what I'm saying.
You can even crop off the head if she's afraid that someone might recognize
Yeah, that's what we need, just a body pic of just some random.
Mm-hmm. Because those aren't available on the internet anymore. You couldn't fake that.
As we wrap up the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour, I can tell you that we have 9 players out on the golf course tied at 1 under par. Mike Weir, Scott Stallings, Matthew McLean, Louis Oosthuizen, Kevin Kisner, Adrian Maronk, Keith Mitchell, P. Reed. Oh, if P. Reed could win this thing. And Sahith Thagala, all at 1 under par. Notable names out on the golf course: Shane Lowry, even Sergio, even, let's see, Taylor Gooch, even Freddie Couples. Doug, he is 1 over par. Thomas Peters, who is ILL, is 1 over par. Sandy Lyle and his suspenders, not in last place. He's at 3 over, and that's because Kevin Na and Alex Noren are both 4 over par. Na making the turn and heading to the back 9 right now. So there is your update from Augusta.
Top 50 in
National.
ties, correct?
Minwoo Lee with a bogey at 3, Iggy. I'm sorry to report that. He is now even. Top 50 in ties, that's correct. Okay. Yeah, you got to have 6 out of 6 this weekend.
Yeah, without a doubt. Then you have to have like 4 in the top 10 at least, probably.
If you're gonna do some deep shipping. All right, so there it is. We'll close out the Appliance Discounters 8 o'clock hour. This is the Ryan Kelly Morning After from the Michelob Ultra Studios.
Hey, it's Jackson from Arcana. TMA listeners have a lot to think through financially. Saving for retirement and college while also paying bills and enjoying life along the way. Whether you're like me and starting your financial planning, or if you're already retired, call Mark Hanna. Mark works with you to design a strategy to do your finances right. It's a straightforward approach that starts with a 15-minute phone call to discuss your needs. Visit evergreenstl.com or give Mark a call at 314-889-0503 today. Mark Hanna offers securities through Equitable Advisors and insurance and annuity products through Equitable Network, LLC.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan with Doug Vaughn to tell you about a new TMA sponsor, and that sponsor is Green Envy, a locally owned and operated company that can take great care of your lawn this spring. They've been in business, Doug, in St. Louis for over a decade.
Well, they know the conditions that exist here in Missouri. It's hard to have a perfect lawn in Missouri. It gets really cold, it gets really hot, it gets really wet, and then really dry. If you don't have people that know what the conditions are like in Missouri, you're going to have trouble. But Green Envy, these people have got it figured out, I tell you.
Yeah, they really do. They treated my lawn earlier this month, and they can do the exact same thing for you. And Green Envy is a company that both Doug and I are using to make sure that our lawns look absolutely spectacular this coming spring and summer. You can work with Green Envy as well. 636-757-1600. That's 636-757-1600. Green Envy.
Hello, it's Jackson for Rosalita's. TMA listeners know that Rosalita's Cantina has the best patio and the best Tex-Mex in town. From tableside guac to piled high nachos, the amazing menu at Rosalita's is full of classic Mexican dishes. Plus, it's always time for a margarita, and Rosalita's has the most delicious house and specialty margs in town. Enjoy happy hour specials Monday through Friday from 3 to 6, and let Rosalita's cater your next event. Check out rosalitascantina.com or visit the downtown or DePere location today. Time to get your fiesta on at Rosalita's.
Okay. Hot takes.
Yeah.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
And now the Pepper and Genie Show with Darren Adkins and Ken Stroh. All right, take it, fellas.
There it is. That's the open.
Pepperoncini.
Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini. Pepperoncini.
We don't know what it is. We don't understand the name. We just know it's stupid. And it's available every weekday, featuring Iggy and the Plowboy. Apparently it's some kind of a podcast or something. Available at tmastl.com and on the TMASTL mobile app. Whatever. Urban Dictionary defines thirsty as purposely, knowingly, and recklessly attempting to gain fame to boost self-esteem. So, are you thirsty? Well, TMA has you covered. Become a part of the 2023 TMA Listener of the Month Club. You nominate yourself for a monthly award. And if you win, you get recognition and stuff to help you satisfy that insatiable thirst. We're talking January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, etc. Go to TMASTL.com or the TMA app. Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information. Tell us why you deserve to be TMA Listener of the Month. And if you don't want to use your real name or photo, we don't really care. The TMA Listener of the Month. Get recognized just for being you or fake you or whatever. Quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to the brighter side of tequila with Milagro in the morning after on KPNT HD2.
Hey, St. Louis. Eddie McVeigh here from Maggie O'Brien's. When you head downtown for a concert or cards or blues game, and now for the St. Louis City soccer game, please come see us at Maggie O'Brien's before and after your event. Take our shuttle to and from or stay in-house and watch your favorite team on our multiple high-def TVs. We look forward to seeing you soon at one of our 2 locations in Sunset Hills on South Lindbergh or downtown at the corner of Market and 20th Street. Union Station is next to us.
You wanted the best? Well, you got the best. The hottest band in the world.
Yes. The End of the Road World Tour. October 25th, Enterprise Center. Yes. Countdown. The final 50 shows. On sale Friday, April 7th, 10 a.m. at livenation.com. History will be made.
Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Live from the Michelob Ultra Studios, KPNT FM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Come back. Now, back to the Ryan Kelly Morning After on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis.
Well, Plowhawk acquiesced.
Well, it's springtime in Normandy on the Rock Road. It's the Dotem and the Hoosiers of the game. Who'll be buried in the sunflower garden on Friday afternoon? Who'll walk that 18th fairway singing this tune? Free Dotem, your stepdads and bleach, they play on my mind like a song. Free Dotem, it's you that I love, it's you that I miss when I'm gone. Well, it's Iggy and Swole, DJ Gabe, Timmy Tom, Los Ween, and it's the Tushy Booth, and it's Timmy's perfect swing. It's lousy chip to 15 feet that made Cletus kiss him, and the spirit of Larry Nickel keeps it alive. Free Dotem, your stepdads and leech, they play on my mind like a song. Free Dotem, you that I love, it's you that I miss when I'm gone. It's the legions of with Cat's Army, Gangster Pete's T-shirts, the wooden shafted legend of Doug Vaughn.
And then it just ends. That's just it. I never had a wooden shafted club.
You probably had a persimmon at some point.
I had a wooden driver, yeah, but not a shafted club.
It gets you ready, doesn't it?
It makes me hate golf even more.
Welcome in. It's the 9 o'clock hour here on the Ryan Kelly Morning After. Doug, you're about to say something, and I just stepped all over you.
I just saw that it was Joe Roderick's birthday, and I'm wondering how many nice-sized fritters a guy like him would eat on his birthday.
Happy birthday, Joe. I think he's 12 on his birthday.
Well, happy birthday, Joe.
The door is open now.
Yeah.
And now people are at work, starting to get here around 8:30. And so this nitwit show is just being broadcast out into the open. And they're like,
and now our show is looking at people walking down the hallway.
I think the door open is way better. Honestly.
Is the audio better? Jackson, is the audio better?
No, and that's a bad idea.
Yeah.
You are inviting a lot of issues when you...
Yeah.
They give you 10 nice-sized fritters.
10
took a little bit.
fritters,
Got
okay.
him.
People are going to have conversations that might end up over the air.
Yeah, you get a big fine if the wrong word were to find its way on the
I guess I'll...
It's like you walk across the hallway. What's he doing?
I'll get up and close it.
Iggy's about to be back in my whole thing.
Well, he's going to have to open it and close it again himself.
The wooden shafted legend.
You got to be careful with that door. You got to close it slightly, otherwise it's quite loud.
Somebody's texted in, when Jackson starts talking, the YouTube video randomly cuts to an empty chair in the studio, and it's glorious.
No, that's me. I'm translucent. I'll come in and fix it.
Which studio is it cutting? This one or the old one?
It's cutting to that mic that when you turn it on, playback starts.
That's still doing that?
Yo, is it cutting this one or the old one?
Okay, yeah, it is. Just wanted to make sure.
Okay. Well, the Cardinals have had a bad start, and we have too, but there's a big, long season ahead of us.
I don't know. I like the replay aspect of it.
That you might get the show again 5 seconds after you got it the first time?
Guys, I like the door open so we can see Iggy walk by. That's from the 636.
I waved everybody.
Jackson's on with this camera that just turns on, apparently.
They do some TV shows now where you can see New York hustle and bustle going on behind. Maybe that's what we need here.
They had to do one with downtown St. Louis in the background.
There wouldn't be any people there.
I love how they got so fed up with us without us really even knowing that they just shove us in a closet and go, okay.
Yeah, get them out of here.
Uh-oh.
What's happened now?
Kevin Na has withdrawn.
Oh, he quit.
What?
God almighty.
Way to hang in there. Way to hang in there and battle. Maybe he's hurt.
Oh, my God.
What?
Oh, my God. Well, there goes 18 of my rosters, dead on arrival.
You would withdraw if you were hurt or not feeling well, probably.
Jesus, Mary and Joseph.
I don't think you would withdraw because, I'm behind. I quit halfway through the first round.
Wow.
Maybe he's getting heckled.
I just noticed, I'm like, there's Alex Noren. He's by himself. I guess Na must have birdied or eagled. And then I didn't see him anywhere, and I scrolled to the bottom. Kevin Na, WD.
Well, Noren can withdraw too if he'd like.
Why would he do that?
He's on your team.
I mean, you have to really be mad at yourself just to quit it halfway through the first round, don't you?
Of the Masters, it's not like this is
I bet
just a joke.
I bet he's got an issue of some kind.
Yeah, I would think he's got some kind of injury.
Yeah.
Even Augusta's not a place you quit.
Well, didn't Jackson say he rolled the worst putt he's ever seen?
It was truly. I mean, he putted it 4 feet right and way too much pace.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe he's not feeling right. That'd be my guess.
Let's see what I got. I'll go with the latest
Man, that is
on it.
insane.
Why is Kevin Na so sad? Well, he looks like he is despondent in this video.
Crestfallen.
He's walking fine, but who knows? My God. He started off with a double bogey.
Mm-hmm.
He chunked a ball into the water. God, what is going on?
He's not right. He's not
It's
right.
Mr. Lix's favorite guy.
No.
How did he get in anyway? Was he top 50?
Doug, how did Kevin Na get into the...
He hasn't won in a couple years, has he?
I don't know.
Guys, Kevin Na is prone to being a whiny little biat. That is from Scissor Me Timbers.
Well, that would really be whiny to get into the Masters and start poorly and say, I quit. That would be bad form.
I'm guessing he's something wrong with him.
Guys, these audio issues remind me of what it sounds like when you watch an amateur porn video on X-Hamster, where the audio levels are high or low the whole time, and everybody who talks or climaxes sound like they're in a cave. Keep up the good work. Thanks. That's from the St. Charles Hermaphrodite. Doug, the audience is furious with the new studio, and there's just no other way to color it.
Well, they will tinker with it, I'm sure, and improve it.
Jackson, has it improved over the last 2 hours?
Yeah, so we potted everyone down a little bit, and I think that helped. Like using your own voice to talk louder as opposed to putting the mics up helps with any echoing. So that is helpful. Talked to Marshall. He said there's some things we can do to mitigate the echo issue. So things are, getting taken care of.
Things are looking up.
We'll be all right.
We don't quit like Kevin, nah.
You know who doesn't quit is Mark Hannon. He's on hold.
Oh, is he?
Morning, Mark.
Okay.
Boys, how are you doing? How's the new studio?
Thank you so much. It's unbelievable.
Mm-hmm.
Keeping the content fresh.
Leaving the people wanting more.
Exactly right.
Yep.
Everything good with you?
Busy times, busy times. I was reading a study the other day, and I can tell you, I think it's true, that showed that when people talk about their finances, and I talk about financial planning, and it's easy to talk about things like investments, but the number one thing that people want guidance on, according to this one study, was tax planning. And how do you plan to mitigate taxes, which can be, for many of us, the biggest expense that we pay over our lifetime. And so this is a busy time of year because there are a lot of tax steps that people take to make sure that they're getting things prepared financially for their taxes, not only this year, but also over their entire life. And it's such a big part of the financial planning process, and I'm experiencing it myself right now.
Huh. All right, a lot of people go to you for tax advice.
Well, the idea is that with your money, where you put your money can really change the way that you pay taxes over time. So, for example, if you put money into a Roth IRA, once the money goes in, it never sees taxes again. So you can put in a small amount. You can use rosters that aren't centered on Kevin Na, and they can grow to be a whole big amount.
Yeah.
And then when you draw the money
close
out,
to home. Very, very fresh wound.
Mm-hmm.
Very fresh.
Well, he's a great communicator.
My business partner just texted me, 18 rosters, poof. Yep. It's a problem. We're not doing well here right now.
Got to shoot to score.
I've got 0 points, so I'm doing well.
There's an update on Iggy's one roster.
I'm concerned more about the tax situation. I heard in the Missouri legislature they're trying to do away with taxes on Social Security income. Have you heard anything more on that?
Once it goes through, that's when I start paying attention. But until then, there are always these proposals that come out. If they do that, there are different states have different tax rules about what's taxed. And so there are state taxes, there are federal taxes. To finish my thought from before, a Roth IRA is tax-free in retirement. So a lot of times we're doing that these days. But, yeah, there are all sorts of different tax rules, and it all goes into everything that we do here.
Yeah, it's important stuff. As you said, sometimes the biggest expense of your lifetime are the taxes that you pay.
Fact, with how do you save on taxes today? So you can do things that are pre-tax today, and then you pay the taxes later. But what I wonder about, and the answer is different for everybody, maybe you put in money into a Roth instead, where you pay the taxes today. And yes, it's more of an expense today, but it's the proverbial pay the tax on the seed or tax on the harvest, which is going to be a better way to go. And that's a lot of the determinations that go into if your income is going to be higher later, lower later, what are tax rates going to be later. A lot of this is stuff that we can't know, but it's things that we can make some educated guesses on, and we can provide some opportunity around so that you are not backed into a corner that you're paying through the nose on taxes later on in retirement.
Pay the tax on the seed or the tax on the harvest. This is the kind of turn of phrase that made you the great communicator.
That's exactly right.
Yep. I've got books of Shakespeare. That's what I read. That's all I talk about. Yep.
Nice.
It's Mark Hanna, 314-889-0503, or go online at evergreenstl.com and work with the great communicator, Mark Hanna. Mark, thank you so much.
Stay with it, Tim. You'll win.
Think so? Think so, Doug?
No, I don't.
Got a lot of P. Reed. He's one under. I guess I can hold on to that. See, Doug, I was telling you, I was winning $10,000 at the commercial break. Now it's down to $4,800, and that's with Kevin Na on 18 rosters. So it'll be zero soon. Don't worry. A bunch of people have bogeyed. We're down to 4 people at 1 under par. Stallings, Oosthuizen, Kisner, Reed, and Thigala. 5 people.
Are they all quitting?
Only one guy has quit so far, and it happens to be Mr. Lick's favorite player.
It'd be kind of funny if they had a tough hole. Everyone in bogeys or double bogeys just puts the clubs away and heads for the parking lot.
All the live golfers quit just to spite anybody who could have been in the tournament without them there. Oh, that'd be hilarious.
Dude, it's so weird. They have to wear the live golf gear.
Oh, my God.
Out there.
Cam Smith, he was the only one who did a press conference. They go, so we noticed you brought the stuff with your logo on it. He goes, yeah, it's part of the contract. We have to wear it. But he brought other stuff without the logo on there in case Augusta asked them not to wear it.
It's like the scarlet letter they have to wear around?
Yeah.
No, Liv is making them wear.
It's in their contract that Liv makes them wear their.
Yeah.
It's like when we were at KF. I guess the only person who was at KFNS at this time, producer Joe, loves this stuff. Back in the Atlanta guys era, they would make us wear KFNS stuff in public. And got mad if we didn't. For non-radio things, too. Like,
oh, really?
That general manager would be at Harry's every weekend wearing his KFS thing. I'd be like, God, we're on an AM.
I didn't have any.
Protest? Or you just didn't get any?
No, they just never gave me any.
Mr. Lick says, careful, buddy.
I'm just saying, like, Kevin Na has a hat that in the back says Nah. Like he plays for like a team sport.
Well, Tiger has TW on his thing.
As in,
yeah, but that's a
finish the round?
$1 million.
Nah, I ain't finishing the round.
Multi-million-dollar company. Kevin Na is not
on his shirt.
Who?
Jack Nicklaus got the little golden bears right on his shirt.
Yeah.
No, that went nowhere. Sorry. Okay, I was just trying to bring up another example of someone who had his own name or likeness or logo on his apparel.
Most of those guys do. I mean, I think Fleetwood's got Fleet on the back of his.
Where?
On his hat.
Does he really?
A lot of those guys do.
I just want P. Reed to put on the jacket.
Oh, it'd
Now,
be
Norman-
unbelievable if Preed won.
Now, Norma's the one that's just this. If he would shut up, I think this would all go away. I know he said, and I've already talked to the guys, and if one of us wins, we're going to have 18 behind there. And not Fitzpatrick, Cam Smith said, I guess I wasn't in on that conversation. I didn't hear any of that. So he's just making this stuff up.
Well, he's kind of in charge of it all, right? He can't.
Yeah, but he's the reason. I mean, he wasn't invited to Augusta.
Yeah.
He was not given a badge like he is every year, so they don't want him there.
Well, he'd only been there twice in the last 10 years.
Yeah,
and
but
one of the times
they just stopped giving it to him, and
They didn't
they're
invite
tired
us
of it.
either.
And Fred Ridley in his press conference, he pretty
Please,
much said,
Doug, he just said, Fred Ridley, if you could.
I don't say chairman. I don't belong there. Give me a membership, and I'll call you all sirs and chairmans or whatever you want me to call you.
It's not that they take themselves seriously or anything.
Yeah. Well, somebody asked. Greg Norman said
I can hear somebody talking outside our studio.
Yeah, we.
It's like I'm literally in the
Might as well just go ahead and open them.
What are
they talking about?
Are those women asking what it takes to go private in here?
I'm waiting to hear somebody. I'm waiting to hear like a struggle in the bathroom one day. Multiple flushes.
I thought about that the other day. If somebody's really in there, are we gonna hear it through this wall?
You want me to try it? Want me to go in there?
Yeah.
All right.
Go in there and flush the toilet and see if you can hear it.
And Brandel Chambly need to probably quiet up too. If Greg Norman needs to shut up, I think Brandel Chambly need to take a step back from his Live PGA Tour feud. That's all he had talked about.
Tim and I were talking about that yesterday.
I don't know what the deal with him talking about. It's such an irrelevant thing.
He won't stop.
I don't get what.
I think Paul McGinley's getting fed up with him too. He's always just going.
Well, and he wants to talk about the weather because it's a material thing to the golf course, and Brandel keeps talking about Live, but whatever. Anyway, suck on that one, Plow Live. The Saudi boys are already dropping like flies. You succulent little twink. That's from Little Tommy Tribbins. You ever heard a gentleman described as a succulent?
Does that mean you're a lot of moisture?
I don't know why I'm like a Live Tour guy. I mean, I like the idea of the Live Tour. They're not my guys. Like Kevin Na's not my boy. I don't like root for all of them, but
if you rooted for Kevin Na, you would have had a short weekend.
Yeah, I do want a Live player to win this week, strictly just for all of the drama and people having to fake smile and shake P. Reed, Mickelson, or DJ's hand. I think that alone makes it worth it.
I do love the word succulent, though.
I do. It's a nice word, Bill.
Did you guys hear me on the?
No.
No, we didn't. That sucks.
It was weird because I was in there screaming like, "Oh, Bill," and I'm sure people outside were like, "What the hell is going on in there?"
Damn.
What the hell's Jackson doing in there, and who's Bill?
That's a miss. I really wish we had that in that sound.
Hey guys, the new studio is the equivalent of being on that last row on a plane. You're going to hear every black snack grunt and brine release up in that bish. That's from Big Tuft.
Yeah.
I root for Mr. Tim. Thanks for being you, Mr. Tim. That's from Brian Henson. Dougie was the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month in March. Can I have a T-shirt that says Kevin Na is my boy? That's from Mr. Lix. He is still defending Kevin Na despite the WD after a rough front nine. I will defend Tommy Cebulka anytime because he's with VIP Auto Accessories. How do you do, Tommy Cebulka? He'll say, give me a call anytime you want, as a matter of fact, and he will take care of you. VIP Auto Accessories, it's commercial van and truck upfitting, and they do everything at one place. You don't have to take it from vendor to vendor to vendor. VIP, the biggest secret in its industry, and now they're promoting their service for all the here to take advantage of the quality VIP service and convenience. Call 314-428-3900. That's directly with Tommy Cebulka, or you can email him directly at tommy.cibulka@vipautoaccessories.com. It's VIP Auto Accessories, Tommy Cebulka, and it's graphics and commercial upfitting for your vehicles. Wide format printing such as banners, storefront signage, walls, floors, etc. Anything with graphics, Tommy and VIP can do it. It's VIP Auto Accessories, wonderful sponsor here, longtime sponsor now of TMA, Tommy Cebulka, and VIP Auto Accessories. And Engineered Design Facilities has a whole new setup now. It's the EDF Group. It's not just Engineered Design Facilities anymore. It's the EDF Group, Engineered Design Facilities, the EDF Group, and you can experience the EDF Group difference. EDF is moving forward as the EDF Group, the most experienced data center and critical facility service provider in the St. Louis market. Check out the newly revamped website, theedfgroup.com, and take a look at each of the three divisions they have to offer. EDF Group is your one throat to choke for all your critical facilities, data center, commercial fire alarm, and electrical and IT infrastructure needs. To contact the EDF Group, email fire@theedfgroup.com. Experience the EDF Group difference and learn more at theedfgroup.com. It's engineered, designed facilities. And Longo Biggs, any injury you may be experiencing, you might not know what to do. Well, work with a local law firm that specializes in personal injury, and that is Longo Biggs. There's potentially a lot of money on the line. They're going to help you get every dollar you deserve. The big law firms you hear advertising, they're giant, they're out of state. They don't care about their reputation in the community. Longo Biggs does. They're friendly, down-to-earth guys. I've gotten to know Doug and CD here over the last couple of months. It's great to have them on board, and I know that they will handle your case. They're not just going to delegate it to somebody fresh out of law school or somebody who's out of state. That's not what they do. Go online at longobiggs.com, LONGOBIGGS.com, and work with Longo Biggs. They accept all personal injury cases, but they focus on car accidents, trucking accidents, and catastrophic injuries. It's Longo Biggs, LONGOBIGGS.com. The choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertisements. And think about that. Now that you're thinking about it, what is crossing your mind?
Well, just the fact that I don't think very well anymore. That's one of the things.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. Are you watching the feature group? Can you pull? Is the feature group up yet?
I'm hosting a show, actually.
Pardon me?
Are you asking me if I'm watching?
He's hosting the show.
No, it says today's feature group.
Who's in the feature group? I'm sure it's Eldrick.
Hovland, Woods, and Shoffley at 10:18. Well, it's 25. I don't know. Is it on yet? I pull it up and nothing's happening.
We're doing a radio presentation.
Well, we're both following the Masters.
While we're doing
I can do the show and follow the Masters.
Yeah.
How do you think we're given a leaderboard? Guessing?
Norrin is 5 over. Doug, you're done.
I'd rather have Norrin than Nah.
Oh, yeah, he's still getting...
It was a blind pick. I'm just surprised for as competitive as you'd have to be to make it to the top level of your sport. As hard as it is to do that, and then to quit so quickly when you're in the premier event, is really kind of
Maybe he's hurt.
Unless you're hurt or he just got word his dog died or something. I don't know. It doesn't make sense.
Why the celebration on the Twitter tweets over Kevin Na's WD is...
Just shows how petty is how the PGA...
Well, these are fans.
That's what I'm saying. The fans are so petty. Just enjoy what you both... I mean, you don't have to hate on LIV. No point.
I don't think Kevin Na was real popular, though, before he left. The walking and the putt thing was irritating people well before he was going to LIV. And I guess kind of like a try hard a bit, for lack of a better term.
I could see not liking the personality.
Who do you think out of all the live players that if one of them won, the majority?
I'm going to go P. Reed.
I was going to say the majority of the people would actually be happy if he won. Not God, I can't believe he won.
Oh, Dustin Johnson.
Yeah, I think DJ.
I think I got Cam Smith too, but DJ.
Or maybe Koepka. I think people.
No.
Mickelson?
No,
absolutely.
I'm beginning to feel sorry for Koepka. He's like nobody's talking to him. He's like, he's trying to have fun yesterday.
He played a practice round with Rory.
A couple people, but everybody else is staying.
I mean,
away
Rory is the face of the PGA Tour, and he played with Rory.
He is, but there's other people not talking to him.
I didn't know people weren't talking. Really, who's not talking to him?
Well, I mean, they're not going out of the way to come up and say hi like they did to DJ. Everybody's up coming and saying hi to DJ.
What do you have, Koepka Cam?
No, Koepka. They had him on the driving range, and everybody's walking right by him. But then you got DJ, and couples is coming by, and everybody's coming by and hugging him, and Koepka, they just kind of walk right on by him.
Looks like he's been lifting more. Have you noticed that? He looks
yoked. Looks like he's putting on some weight.
He's yoked.
I don't know if it's muscle weight or he's just kind of ate a little bit.
I mean, it's human nature. Once you get just a bunch of guaranteed money, not everybody. I remember Tony La Russa saying this about Fernando Tatis. He signed a big deal, and I don't know if it was after they traded him or whatever the hell the situation was, but he said, sometimes what happens to people after they sign a big deal is they take their foot off the gas, and you got to be careful with that. And so you do wonder about the motivation. For example, Cam Smith was very transparent. I'm really anxious to see how he plays. I like watching him play anyway, but he's been playing terribly. And he said, I went down to Australia and spent some time with my family and my mates. You like that, Doug, my mates?
No, I don't care for him.
And I came back, and I hadn't really been playing golf, so I haven't been playing really well. And he didn't seem all that upset about it because he's got however much in the bank now, 9 figures.
How could you be upset?
Yeah.
Geez, I've got $100 million. What would I be upset about? I didn't win a golf tournament. Oh, well. Neither did 99.9% of the rest of us. But we don't have the $100 million.
Remember when, I think when it first started, like the FedEx Cup, I mean, the winner got like $2 million in an annuity. And it's like, God, $2 million. I mean, Koepka won last week, got $4 million for winning. It was like no big deal. He wasn't fist pumping or anything, knocked in a putt. $4 million. Let's go to the next week.
Yeah. Yeah, those guys have won the lottery, that's for sure.
Chairman McKernan, stop poking holes in Iggy's golf commentary. That's from KG in O-Town, and he'll be with us for 2 straight weeks. Doug, when you're in the
Where did you poke holes in? I don't remember.
KG in O-Town, call in. We're also waiting for Stephen Wildwood to call in, 636-900-4TMA. I was at Tuesday practice round. Brooks looks great. Met his dad and a bunch of family members on 6th green. What a bunch of arrogant a-holes.
Oh.
What a strange thing to text in.
Yeah.
He wasn't impressed with the family, Koepka.
Yeah, let's go after his family. He looks great, but your family's a bunch of a-holes. I'm sure they liked you, though.
Plowboy, you literally hate on Rory and the PGA. That's from the VA Smasher.
Well, Rory and Jay Monahan. Those are the two. No other players have been outspoken and as open as those two gentlemen have. And they handed the reins to the whole PGA Tour entity to Rory McIlroy, it seems like, and Jay Monahan just getting them espressos whenever he wants it.
He's waiting his table.
Oh, it seems like Rory is controlling the entire PGA Tour. And he's a face, he's a brand, he's a super talented player. But I don't know, I think the PGA from the get-go handled it wrong. LIV didn't handle it great either. I'm not a big fan of Greg Norman in general, his antics. But, I mean, they could have been a great partnership relationship, kind of, if it would have just been a little bit more civil from the jump.
Well, they sued him, and then they crapped on the tour on the way. Then that's what Fred Couples has been saying. It's like, you want to do it, do it. I'm a golfer, and I'm a competitor. That's fine. But if you're going to crap on the thing that I've been a part of for a long time and I care about, well, then I'm going to respond. And that's the difference. And on top of it, you litigate. But the thing is, the PGA Tour's defense was we're going to call it Saudi, 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 and hope that people don't buy in, and it didn't work. And so that's why they've had to go to this totally different format. So that, from my standpoint, is a failure of leadership. And I know Jay Monahan isn't acting unilaterally like he's some dictator, but the people in charge of the PGA Tour really missed on that to hope that the Saudi Arabia thing was going to be the way to blow the thing up.
You can't backtrack something
That was not
like
it. That did not work. Because at this point, I don't even think anybody even talks about it outside of Iggy. We were about to do the drawings yesterday, and you were watching the Masters, and Christine Brennan asked Doug, Chairman Ridley.
I don't like that.
About
Yeah, she needs to just quit letting her come to golf events.
What'd she say?
Well, everybody else is. There were a few questions on Liv and Norman, and questions on. They're talking about the changes to 13 and things like that. And she goes, "Yes, Chairman Ridley, do you feel like that you are now helping sports wash with the Saudis and the 9/11 families are being, with them playing, and you're taking all this money, and do you feel like do you feel like you're responsible for this and the 9/11 families and the." Stop already!
Okay, well,
come on. And now she'll probably do an article today talking about her question. I brought it up, and Fred Ridley just kind of pushed it under the rug. He wouldn't answer. He wouldn't answer my question. Just move on. You're blaming the players. You're saying the players are responsible for 9/11 because they're playing in Saudi Arabia. I mean, come on.
Well, you're correct. The column was posted.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, of course it was.
3:30 yesterday afternoon. By allowing live golfers, Masters officials are giving into Saudi's sports washing scheme.
Yeah, are they? Well, that was your opinion.
As horrible as 9/11 was, and Lord knows it was horrible, I don't think the Saudis are enemy number one by a long stretch anymore.
And this,
I mean, if they took Chinese money or Russian money or Iranian money, I think those countries rate higher on the public scale of hatred
I just think
than Saudi
Christine
Arabia.
Brennan is just climbing onto something, and we're going to blame the Saudis. And if you go play over there, you're part of 9/11, and you're all that blood money, and God, they're just golfers. They're just making money.
Yeah.
My God, Saudi Arabia's been involved with golf for 40 years.
I just don't know why they stood so high on that ground. Just didn't seem like it was gonna.
Is your mic on, or I just not hear you?
Nurse, has anybody seen my nurse?
Well, my mic doesn't
Jackson,
turn.
can you hear Plowhawk?
I can hear Plowhawk.
Okay,
Nice, there
good.
you
It
go.
was me.
My neck is seriously in so much pain.
What's
from
wrong?
This angle. I can't turn my mic, so I have to lean on this. Dude, my neck hurts so
I've got a
freaking
cervical
bad,
collar at
dude.
home. I'll bring it. You can wear it during the
You got the
show.
same arms as ours. How come ours?
It doesn't go this way, so like where I'm at.
Loosen that rod up, boy.
I already tried. This
just
is
stroke it a little bit.
The position I'm in right now is the most uncomfortable position I've ever been in.
Oh no!
I can't even put my head up because it won't go directly into the mic.
Yeah, so USGA if you're listening, PGA of America if you're listening, the Royal and Ancient if you're listening, do not give this woman a credential for the next majors when she asks for one.
Well, I'm sure
Keep
the
her
Royal
out.
and Ancient is indeed listening.
I agree with you.
To get some advice.
Yeah, keep her out. Don't give her a credential because all she's going to do is ask the same question and do another article that nobody's going to read.
Caller Ellen said, was Christine Brennan's question really that poorly worded?
No, I was ad-libbing because I don't remember but it had to do with washing and 9/11 and blood money.
Well, how
Which
quickly
she asked last time, too, at the last event she was at, and nobody paid attention to her.
Why was it, and no, this isn't going to sound, why was it that 9/11 families only went to one tour event? And, there have been Orlando, they've had several others, and, with that, who orchestrated that?
The PGA Tour, sir.
Okay. I wasn't for sure.
Well, that hasn't been said, but, I mean, if
It just seemed like it, yeah.
This is, from my standpoint, it's quite transparent. They had one defense. They thought the defense would end it, and it didn't work out, and that is why now they have altered the business model because they did lose a bunch of players. Updating you on the course action, God bless America. I got a lot of Seamus Power. That's good. He's 1 under. P. Reed is 1 under. Plowhawk's evil cackle when he hears that. Scott Stallings, Kevin Kisner, Adrian Moronk, and Sahit Thagala all 1 under. They are tied for the lead. Nobody has been able to get to 2 under so far.
I think Min Woo's 2 over now.
Yeah, Min Woo ran into some problems, Iggy. I'm sorry.
Well, I don't have him on my team, but I'd like to see him do well.
Is it raining down there? Is the weather okay?
Right now, I believe it's fine. Louis Oosthuizen doubled at number 7, so he's now over par. A lot of Louis Oosthuizen, too. Alex Norton, 5 over, is DFL.
Looks like Woods, Bird, or Par?
Tiger?
They parred the first.
Oh, he's out there now?
Yeah, they're
Just went up.
teeing off on 2.
What'd Shopley do?
Everyone parred.
Everyone Par.
Okay. Are they on the feature group on Masters app?
Yeah.
You're watching them?
No comment.
Okay, so it is working. I'm just curious.
Jackson just issued a no comment, Doug. Do you hear
You
that?
sure did.
Yeah, I don't understand why.
Real big shot.
I I don't understand why ESPN can't start broadcasting till, 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock?
Probably costs a lot more money to broadcast all day. And they have to cut into programming they already have.
Yeah, I mean, you can watch the streaming, but... Although I do believe that they do kind of like live, ESPN, Sports Center live from the Masters, and Van Pelt's giving updates, and they show guys out there playing, but they just can't...
Jackson, has Van Pelt not been doing Sports Center lately?
Since he was that one time he was sick, I haven't seen him much on there.
Boy, it's a real drop-off when he's not in there.
Oh, it's night and day difference.
I think he's hosting the covers, though, this week.
This week he is. I know that. That's why I asked when you brought him up that I've noticed he hasn't been on Sports Center, but I guess maybe I didn't get up and watch it when I was in Jupiter.
He might have been on vacation after that sickness.
I didn't know what it was, the situation. He had a serious...
I think he was just had a bad cold and his throat was hurting real bad.
You talking about now, or are you talking about SVP?
SVP, I don't know. I have no information on Kevin Nah.
Now's got an ouchie.
That's what Tony La Russa would say
Bad
about
putter.
J.D. Drew. Iggy's grudge with Christine Brennan is Prod Joe level. That's from the 314.
Was it Prod Joe level?
Well, she isn't very good at her job. I'll attest to that.
I had no grudge against her until she started doing this.
Didn't you say hello, honey, and then she scolded you?
Yeah, I called her
right.
dear.
Dear.
I call a lot of people dear. Hey, dear. It's a term of endearment.
That doesn't work anymore.
It's a term of endearment with me. But I'd known her for like 20 years. And my sister, I don't appreciate. I've never jerked in a Playboy.
Oh.
I don't appreciate being called that. And I said, what? I use it as a term of endearment. I don't like it. I said, okay. But I don't hold a grudge because of that. But this whole 9/11 blaming the players has gotten old.
Well, Adrian Maroc hasn't gotten old. He is your leader at the Masters, Doug. Adrian Maroc. This is what you wanted to see. Mm-hmm. This is what you've got.
Yeah.
Look, he's a good player.
There you go.
Plays well in the DP Tour.
To be in the Masters, he'd have to be a good player.
Not necessarily.
Yes, all the players there are good players. Every last one
Obviously,
of them.
Kevin Na's not that good.
Well, he's a good player at a bad
I'm not
round.
sure how he got in. I guess the top 50. Because I don't think he's won in the last 2 years, has he?
I don't know.
I don't know how some of these guys get in. Yeah, if you win an Euro-Asian tour or Latin America tour event, you get in.
When's the commissioner tee off? Oh, 12:48.
Commissioner?
Rory.
Oh.
Who were the old guys who hit the first tee shot today? Who'd they hit?
That was Nicholas, that was Watson, and that was Player, sir.
Oh, okay.
Is Watson playing in that?
No.
There is a Watson in there. Right?
No, Bubba. He's one place.
Oh, duh. Okay, duh. All
right. He's a live guy, Plowhawk.
He aced one at the par 3 yesterday.
I guess the next guy would be Tiger. That would
he's a long way from doing that.
Yeah, but if there's nobody on the horizon that's
Sandy
still
Lyle.
playing, no, they're not going to Sandy Lyle.
Well, those guys aren't still playing.
Freddie Boom Boom.
I mean, Ray Floyd.
How about Lee Trevino?
They'll never ask Ray Floyd to do it.
Lee Trevino?
He's never won a Masters. So, no, he won't do it.
Trevino won't do it?
Well, he's never won a Masters.
Couples.
What
Couples
about,
would be.
No, Mickelson will be a good one.
Well, sure he would.
Well, Mickelson, Sandy Lyle.
No, I think Jackson's right. It'd probably be Couples would be the next one. But he's only won one.
He doesn't seem like he's old enough either.
Right, but I'm saying, like, Nicholas Player and Watson, certainly Tom Watson, has some time where they'll be doing
but see, I don't put Couples in that same group. I mean, he was a popular winner, but he's not a prolific winner.
What about the tempo?
I don't even think he's got 10 wins, does he?
Whose tempo is slower, Corey Connors or Fred Couples? Go.
Couples is the smoothest tempo of all time.
I am telling you.
Except I would take Adam Scott's swing if I could have anybody's.
Guys, that Mark Hanna call was great. We now welcome a wealth manager and money guru to the program to discuss taxes and the market trends. But first, Mark, did you hear about my penny roster on DraftKings? I have no points. Any suggestions for me to recoup the Buffalo nickel I'm currently losing? Thanks. That's from Gunter.
Yeah, I think I said that before Mark was on. So just go ahead, just whatever fits into your criteria.
Hey, Tim. No. Wow. God, Jackson, I'm telling you, we're starting to get a little of the balloon party feel in the text inbox. I don't know if you've noticed that or if you've...
yeah, this
no,
guy.
I will not be reading it. We would be off the air if I read it. Yeah.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah, I mean, what in the...
Were they mad at us?
No, it's just racist stuff.
Just blatant racism at that, too.
Tell Iggy that Kevin Na was 49th in the official golf rankings at year's end, and that's how he qualified. That's from Buck Swope to my phone.
Okay.
Yeah, I could have looked that up.
Buck always seems to have the answer.
Boy, does he ever.
Yeah.
I mean, is he the Milagro Tequila Lister of the Month, the first one ever from Missouri?
He's the early favorite. You'd have to think.
I don't like how he said at year's end. Just say at the end of the year, okay?
Well, if that's the case, then he must have been like in the 20s or 15 to 20 before he joined Liv, because they're dropping like flies.
He finished third at the Tour Championship in 2021.
Yeah, so I wonder what his ranking was before he went to Liv, because I know that...
I don't know.
Well, I forgot who they talked about the other day. It was like 14 when he went to Liv, and now he's like 88th. I forgot it. But you drop pretty quickly since you can't get any points. All right, thanks, Swope.
No balloon, not party people. Quick, someone talk about Doug's feet in my ass? That's from Scissor Me Timbers. What is going on?
I don't know.
I'll have a drink with anybody. Thanks, Steve in Wildwood. Steve Wildwood was supposed to call in.
Yeah, maybe tomorrow.
Because he said he had a female listener that wanted him to autograph breasts or something like that?
He's dealing with groupies.
She wanted him to feel her breast.
Oh.
Man, when Tiger Woods takes a breath on the golf course, everybody freaks out. It's getting a little ridiculous that every swing he swings, oh, look, it's majestic. Oh, it's beautiful.
He seems to be doing okay on that foot.
What's the take here?
The take is
people
like
love Tiger
Tiger
too much?
just a golfer. Yeah, they're way too.
Just a golfer.
Well, he's legend. We just a golfer right now. Sandy Lyle won in '83. He's just a golfer now. But Tiger is not anywhere close to being a competitive golfer.
Well, he's playing, and that excites a lot of people. It excites me that he's actually playing.
But I don't know. Just everything that he does on a golf course has to be the best thing. Oh, look at him eating a sandwich.
We're 20 or 25.
He's eating it with the crust off. What a professional.
We're 20 to 25 years, however long he's been in the game, into the fact that golf is covered by Tiger Woods is in fourth place. Regardless of who's winning the tournament, here's what Tiger Woods is doing. Here's what everyone else is doing.
He's my favorite golfer of all time, but like at his age, like I get him being on the course is miraculous, I guess, whatever they call it. But I don't know, it's just too much fanboy stuff. Like every swing Tiger makes, every other golfer in this field can hit kind of the shot that he's been hitting on the videos, and it's like, okay.
They just don't have the history, I guess. Yeah.
All I'll say is nobody expected him to win in 2019 either. So.
That was wonderful.
That's all you're saying? That's it for the rest of the day?
No, I get what he's saying. I get it. No, and that was wonderful. I loved watching every second of that. That was phenomenal.
Do I think he's going to win this week? No. Do I think he'll make the cut? Oof. Iffy. Depending on when the weather changes, when the rain comes. And, it's not his ability. It's he can't walk. And if you can't walk 36 holes, 54 holes, 72 holes, I mean, you can't win.
I tried to get it passed for the Fan Page Club Championship that all players had to walk, Doug, and I was struck down.
Could you imagine the forfeits then? Oh, my God.
It'd be a field of 18.
We need an ambulance.
Yeah,
I'll take the under.
I'd forfeit right now.
Fats can't walk 2 holes.
We need an ambulance, medical staff on complete standby at every nine.
Now, I don't know if you saw this, Tim. There was a question by Cletus. That's a good one, because it pertains to me and him at least.
I saw that too, yeah.
Do golfers over 60 get to play from the senior tees this year?
Fine with me. I don't care. I mean, this isn't, whatever would be good for people. It's fine with me.
I mean, I think there's only 2 people over 60.
No, is that right?
Me and Cletus.
Okay.
So you want to move up and play a little closer?
I would play from the senior tees, yes.
Yeah.
I'm 65. Now, last year at the Tim's member guest, you had to be 65 to play from the senior tees. I was only 64 at the time.
Oh, is that right? Is that what the deal was? Really?
Yeah. This year I get to play from the senior tees, but I'm not playing. So.
You will not play them?
Well, you didn't ask me, so.
Oh, we're back to that again. You mentioned that member guest again. You waited almost 2.5 hours.
The year I could play from the senior tees, I'm not asked.
Yeah. Well, he found someone a little better.
That would help me. I can still find the trees from the senior tees.
Morning, guys. Why is the old guy asking himself questions and then answering them while everybody watches? That's from Herb's Hog. Guys, I believe in belief. That's from Sweet Sweet Kai. And Sweet Sweet Kai is not going to Tennessee. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
You want him to go, but he won't go.
Well, it's a different friend group. And I mean, Sweet Sweet Kai is friends with some of these guys, but I don't know if he necessarily wants to spend 4 days in a cabin in the woods with us.
And these are all boy swinger friends of yours?
Boy swinger?
Yeah.
I wouldn't put that
designation on them. They're boys.
How many air mattresses are going to be like set up in the living room?
I got mine. That's all I can. All I can vouch for.
We got a queen size. and they're
I'll be
game
sleeping alone to start at least.
That's what they all say before the alcohol comes in.
Yeah. Doug, we need a chaperone. Have you considered more seriously?
I thought Doug's going to be in the Mediterranean.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, I'm pressed for time.
You told your wife you couldn't do it because you're going to Tennessee.
Yeah.
I'll meet you halfway.
I'll cancel.
So Sweet Kai's pretty much said, I don't know these guys well enough to be in the same room with 18 guys in one bedroom.
Well, you put a lot of extra seasoning on that, but yeah, more or less, that is accurate. Yeah.
Sweet Kai says I'm moving to West Virginia in 6 weeks. Is that true?
News to me.
Oh no.
Well, you never really hear anybody say that.
Why? I wouldn't brag about it.
Well, his girlfriend is a travel nurse, so they've been looking to get out of town.
Actually, I do have a friend in West Virginia. Amanda Green lives in West Virginia.
I'll tell him to link up.
What's she doing now?
Well, she's gonna have to change
she just graduated from law school. I think she's getting a law degree.
Oh.
Yeah, she's a bowler that I know. Has a
Bowler and a law school.
Has a PWBA
West Virginia.
title. I think went to Lindenwood, bowled on their team.
Nice.
I think she's dating Kyle Sherman, who was just in the Tournament of Champions last week on Fox.
Boy, you sure know you're kegling.
Well, she was in the crowd with Denny
P?
Denny Sherman and his mother Tracy.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Teresa.
Mother Tracy.
Mother Teresa was at the bowling tournament?
I feel like that should have been the lead.
Mother Tracy.
Imagine if Mother Teresa popping in.
Mother Teresa was there. No, Mother Tracy. I'll show you a picture of Amanda.
Okay.
And this show got better.
I'm told that the audio got better. Jackson and I were talking in the commercial break. He said it got better.
Seems like it's better.
It fixed itself?
No,
It's a living
Jackson, what
organism?
happened? What happened?
I think just potting it down a little bit, letting your guys' natural, talented voices carry through the microphone as opposed to having the microphone do the work. You know, like sometimes you got to turn your hands over. You can't just trust that club to get you where you want to go. Sometimes you got to do it yourself. So we kind of potted it down, and now you guys are using the natural bass in your voice.
Bass in your face, not an 8-track, getting it good to the wood. So the people give me some of that, reacting to the fact that a kick and a stick and a steering wheel point to the joint, put the Buddha down. Doug, I can't trust it.
I don't
1991?
know who the hell that was.
That Ace of Base?
It was Ace of Base, that's correct. What about, Jackson, when you talk the camera shot of the vacant chair?
We fixed that.
I kind of enjoyed that.
Yeah, I mean, in theory, it would be like that camera just needs to be in here. Really, but then with that, we would actually need an extra camera.
You don't want to be on camera.
No, I have no qualms about it. I'm totally cool if that's the case. There's not a lot of room in here for a camera, though. I don't know necessarily where it would go.
Sergio Garcia and P. Reed are now tied for second place, and the Plowhawk is fist pumping.
You know what's happening. You know there could be a live guy on the final day. It's just going to happen.
Oh, it'd be unbelievable, especially if it's Sergio. Like, if you're looking for the second least popular, I would say it's Sergio.
1 million. Especially how he exited and what was he on the course saying? I can't wait to get out of this.
Yes, he was. Yeah.
Oh. Well, he waggles the club too much for me. Does he still do that?
Does a little waggling?
Yeah.
I haven't had a chance to watch the CW to see him do it, but I might get a chance to see it today.
He's taking forever to hit the ball.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for our Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day. KISS tickets on the line. You can participate in the app contest at TMA STL. Download the TMA STL app. You'd have to be blinder than Super Bowl MVP Jim Plunkett's parents to not notice something today. Tim is cool, and not even talking Fonzie cool. I'm talking Ren McCormick cool. I take that back. He is Steve McQueen, the Cooler King, Captain Virgil Hiltz cool. But this email is about yesterday's show because somebody interrupted Tim reading emails with a 2-minute and 7-second response about a game he then admitted he hadn't watched. Then today, his Tourette's kicked in, and whilst Tim was live reading the Maggie O'Brien spot, he blurts out that he's going to the game. But this email is really about the dangers of marijuana, and I quote, I was here at 5 a.m. to make sure everything was working right. I did my part, end quote.
I did say that.
Yeah, you did.
Ironically, while sounding like he was in the cone of silence on Get Smart. And damn it, when you're given an out, take it. Biff said you can let me go for the other call. What does Plowsy do? It's cool, man. You're already on. Great decision. Doug says keep it to 5 shows. Biff rattles off 18, quote, sitcoms, including Jeopardy. Thanks. That's from Betty Humptum.
Betty Humpteen. She's new.
Hey, guys, just hearing you talk about SVP being absent from Sports Center. Rumor has it he was only supposed to be out one show, but he texted the brass at ESPN and said he was going to go ahead and take some vacation and has missed a couple weeks' worth of shows ever since. Bold move, though, since he's got his 6-month review coming up. Hopefully he has the wherewithal to pitch some ideas for fart content for ESPN socials to get back in their good graces after he didn't show up to ESPN's Masters company party because he didn't want to pay a park and got caught selling Sports Center football phones on the ESPN fan page. Best of luck to him. Everybody in the Bristol offices loves him. If young Pop don't trust you, I'm going to shoot you, Doug Blueberry Pop.
Sure. Blueberry Pop.
Today's show forced the most diehard TMA listeners to ask things like, I wonder what they're talking about on 101, and is it time to abandon TMA and give the Rizzuto show a chance? But I applaud your decision to shake things up by broadcasting from inside of an underwater coffin. Well, you talked about the always relevant trifecta of Sesame Street, Kevin Na, and Pizza Hut. It seemed like the texters were giving you a lot of grief for your decision to downsize into a windowless 9x9 prison cell with poor acoustics. But I like the fact that you made sure one of the guys on your own show couldn't hear the program. I tried to watch your program on YouTube today, but I had to turn it off because Doug's camera was jumping up and down like he's riding around in a 4-wheel drive truck with broken shocks. And why did he choose to paint his face today? The texters want to talk crap, but let's face it, there was absolutely no way to predict that there would be an echo in your new digs, not when you hastily rushed to build the studio over the course of 16 months and failed to do the slightest bit of a practice run. The only thing that took longer to produce than this new studio was the golf video. I also applaud the decision to make sure the only decorations in the new studio are a thermostat, a crooked cutout of a lady that Iggy stalks, and an old haunted trench coat hanging ominously. In the background, no one else in the market would dare to broadcast a confused old man wandering around the room trying to open a locked closet door. But you guys have always been trendsetters, and that's what makes this program great. Once again, I'm enjoying the show. It's from the JV Golf Coach.
JV Golf Coach.
So I got called into my boss's office for my 6-month review. He told me, let's keep it super simple. There's going to be a style of presentation that we are known for, and it's going to involve effort, and it's going to involve being relentless. It's going to involve being smart, and we're going to keep guys to that. And then Jason Barrett told me I was being traded to 1380 The Woman. Congrats on the new studio. It's nice that they've upgraded you to a windowless closet next to the bathroom.
Yeah. That harsh reality kind of hurts.
With malfunctioning microphones. It's still early on, but that investment's looking about as sharp as the Michaelis extension. Speaking of trench coats, you want me to retell the story about how a bunch of horny old dudes in trench coats watched me have sex on stage at the PTs in Centerville? No time for that. We have to accidentally put Biff on the air to rank TV shows. Rough first hour, but Plowsy knows that you can rescue any segment by simply playing the Linda the Beehole TikTok. Reminder to keep Kevin Na's name out your damn mouth and off your damn rosters.
Yeah.
You lose because you play. Edgar Renteria, Michael Scott, DraftKings Cal, with an odd humble brag about various TMA listeners visiting Austin that he didn't hang out with, but the show advanced when he matter-of-factly stated, there are some really odd, horny guys on that fan page. That's from Buck Swope.
Buck Swope with a nice
little email, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, God. And finally, Tommy, thanks for calling me in here to rehash Tuesday's 6-month review debacle. Let me start by saying for the last, 10 or so years, whenever a boss wanted to review my work, Timmy would normally step in and leverage his professional career to smooth things over for me before I messed things up even further by talking about the time I brought porn into the office or getting pissed on by 2 train-hopping drifters. So I guess I figured that had already happened and this was more of a formality or something. So that's on me.
Anyways, what can I do for you, boss man? Oh, the fish thing? Yeah, so basically that's just a little off-the-books thing I've been doing now for a couple of years where I'm contractually obligated to casually weave a local fish shop advert into conversation somewhere between 3 and 8 times a show in exchange for free fish that I pick up in a shady Bridgeton parking lot whenever my icebox is barren. But honestly, the ship has already sailed on that specific handshake deal. I'm locked into an ironclad 36-month contract with him, so that's something I'd like to call a sunk cost for you. Look, I'm a company man. As long as the station makes money, I'm good. So I wanted to show a bit of initiative by giving away precious high-dollar advertising slots in exchange for my nightly dinners. So there isn't much wiggle room here. What else you got for me? Inconveniencing fellow employees? Look, I don't know what they told you, but basically all I did was get up mid-segment and slither into the kitchen area where the electricians and construction guys were hard at work. When they didn't acknowledge me, I asked the foreman where the hell the talent around here is supposed to heat up the coffee they're hauling around in used one-time, use-only flimsy Starbucks cups. Things kind of got away from me once I noticed they had unplugged the microwave, so I gave them a piece of my mind. Not much to it, really. I think I said something like, hey, greaser, fix the damn water line ASAP. I don't think you want to upset a guy who kissed a girl who banged Craig Bickle, do you? So that's that. March, like the month? I don't see my month-long unscheduled vacations or any of your business, but if you must know, Timmy was in Florida and Jackson and Doug were bragging about their upcoming scheduled vacations, so I figured I'd just sort of take 23 days off in a row without telling anyone before things got too hectic around here. I just kind of piddled around playing cartoon golf games and putting furniture in the common areas of my apartment. Anyways, I got a bolt. There's a door in the new studio that ain't going to try to open itself. Call Jackson if you need me for anything else. Thanks. That comes from the fly on the wall. And Doug, that's what we have.
The fly on the wall.
Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day.
Well, there were several good ones. I liked Betty humped him, but I thought the best was a JV golf coach.
Yeah, JV golf coach. Congrats.
JV golf coach is shipped. The Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email of the day. What?
Only halfway decent one.
Time for us to shut it down. Jackson and I are going to go down the hallway and deal with the situation. It's called Munganess Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. And Doug will close it out with a Masters update. We have 2 players at the top of the leaderboard. Victor Hovland has joined Adrian Meronk. He is at 2 under par through 2. My guess is he eagled. He did. He eagled the par 5 second.
Oh, that was my pick to win.
Victor Hovland?
Pick to win.
Did you throw any cash on that, brah?
Nah, just I like to give myself a pat on the back.
Tiger and Shoffley.
Shoffley is 1 under through 2, and Tiger is even. So he did not birdie the second hole. Meanwhile, Alex Noren remains DFL at 5 over. Bubba is at 2 over, and that cute little Minwoo Lee is at 2 over par through 7. You'll have to tweet at him today.
Come on, Woo.
Woo, woo, woo. Kenny Woo.
Time for us to shut it down. For the Plowhawk, for Action Jackson, for Kenneth Iggy Strode, for my brother Kevin, for Douglas Elvin Vaughn, and Tim McKernan. This has been Ryan Kelly Morning After from the brand new Michelob Ultra Studios.
Test. Rock and roll.